Okay, I am back with another video. This time I will discuss the trial for Addmaths paper, and this is the Kelantan paper and it's the paper 2. So Kelantan 2024 trial paper 2. Okay. All right. So let's start with question number 1. Okay, number 1 is a function question. So this is given function f negative 2x equals to x minus 8 over 9. Find fx if f1 equals negative 7. Okay, if you want to do this question, you need to understand what's f negative 2x first, all right? So I'll explain to you what is f negative 2, what's the meaning, right? So I will explain using arrow diagram, right? So if let's say from here to here is function f, right? And what if I draw another one and I do the same function f? Can you tell me from here to here now is what function? It will be f, which is f power 2, right? Or you can say f square lah, because it's like f 2 times. So it's like f here to here is fx, here is fx. So from here to here is ff. Okay. Okay, now what is f inverse? F inverse is when you reverse the direction. So from here to here is function f. But when you terbalikkan your image and object, when you reverse back, then it becomes f inverse, f negative 1, right? And then what about here if I reverse the arrow? It will be f negative 1. Now I want to ask you, what is from here to here? What do we call this? Okay, this one we call it f negative 2. Understand? So when they say f negative 2x minus 8 over 9, what it means is this one lah, from here to here. Okay? But you can actually get the f power 2 from your f negative 2. All you need is just to do the inverse, right? Because we all know from here to here is f power 2. So the inverse of it is f power negative 2. So if they give us f power negative 2, we can find the f power 2 just by doing inverse. Because when we find the inverse for this, that will be the f power 2. Okay, understand, right? And that's what I will do for this question because they ask for fx, right? They ask for fx. They never ask for f inverse, huh? They ask for fx. But the one they give us is inverse dua kali. Yeah, because the f power negative 2 means like f inverse, right? So I think my first step is to find f power 2 first. And then from the f power 2, I will find my fx. Okay? Okay, I'll show you now. I'll show you now. So first, I will start from my f power negative 2. And what I will do is I will try to find the inverse for this function. Because the inverse will be f power 2. Understand, right? So what I will do now is let depan equals y, belakang equals y. So it becomes f power negative 2x equals y. And then the other side also equals y. Okay, this is how I teach my students to find inverse. I know a lot of teachers, they teach using different method, but feel free to use any method that you prefer. But this is how I teach my student. So let the left hand side equals y, right hand side equals y, and then both sides you find x. So this f power negative 2 you can bring to the other side, becomes f power 2 like this. Okay, and for this side, when you find x, it will be 9y, and then minus 8 becomes plus 8. And since the x is f power 2 y, that means this is your ffy lah. But I'm looking for f power 2x, so it will be 9x plus 8. Okay, I sudah berjaya cari saya punya inverse, and this is the answer, 9x plus 8. And don't forget, this is the answer for f power 2x. But the soalan never ask for f power 2, they ask for fx. All right, if your f power 2x answer is 9x plus 8, that means from what is the half of it? Some student, they will say 3x plus 4, right? 3x plus 4. But actually, it's not correct. Yeah, it's not correct because you need to uh you need to do the working. Okay. So what I will show you now is uh 9x plus 8. The meaning here is it means from here to here, from the object to the final image, you have to take the object times 9 plus 8, right? Object have to times 9 plus 8. And if you think logic, if from here to here is times 9 plus 8, what is half of it? So what you have to do is it will also be times something plus something, right? Do you agree? From here to here is will also be times something plus something, but it's not times 3 plus 4. No. 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 Okay, you cannot just like suka hati like halfkan dia or like. So the correct way is we all know the fx will from here to here will be times something plus something also. But since we don't know times berapa and tambah berapa, we will just call it ax plus b for now. But we know for sure it will be ax plus b. You know why, right? Because if here to here I have to time something, tambah something, and then here also time something, tambah something, then only it's possible for the fx to be 9x plus 8, right? And the way we do it is we find our f power 2x from here, and then we compare to get our AB. Okay, this is how I will do it. So first thing first, what is f power 2? It will be f big bracket fx again, which is same with f bracket ax plus b. And now you can look at the function outside, which is f. And since the fx is ax plus b, so I will write ax plus b. But instead of writing bracket x, the bracket x have to replace with bracket ax plus b like this. And when you expand this, you get a square x plus ab plus b. And this is your ffx, right? But you will compare this with this so that you can find out what is your a and b now, right? So the way we compare is, I will just write this whole thing, a square x plus ab plus b, and then I'll straight away equals to this 9x plus 8. And when we compare, we have to compare the coefficient of x. So a square equals to 9. And then the number belakang sini, ab plus b is equals to 8. So now you can find your a, which is plus minus square root 9, which gives you plus minus 3, right? So got two answer lah. A can be 3 or negative 3, right? And for the B, it will have two answers also. Because A got two answers, so B also two answers. So it become 3B plus B equals 8. And then the other one will be negative 3B plus B equals 8. Right? Because one like is like A3, one is like A negative 3. Okay. Okay, 3B plus B is 4B. So if 4B equals 8, B equals 2 lah. And then for the other one, negative 3 plus B is negative 2B equals 8. So B equals 8 divided negative 2 is negative 4. Okay, if you do this yourself, you get negative 4. Okay, so now you have two sets of answer. The fx can be, okay, I should refer here. The fx can be ax plus b, which is 3x plus 2. And the other one, it also can be negative 3x minus 4, right? It means got two answer. Okay, let me just make some space so I have more space to write this. Okay, so negative 3x minus 4. Okay, but actually, do you remember they got mentioned something here? They got say that f1 equals to negative 7. It means when the object x is 1, the image is negative 7. So I think we can use this to determine which one is the correct one, right? So if you try to sub f1 here, you become 3 times 1 plus 2, which is 5. And then if you sub to the other one, which gives you negative 3 times 1 minus 4, which gives you negative 7. So it's very clear to me which one is the answer, correct answer. This one, right? Okay, because when you sub the x1, you really get image negative 7. But this one you sub, you don't get negative 7, you get 5. So I think here I will write rejected, right? Rejected. So the only answer that we accept here is this one, right? So we will write again, dot 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 fx equals to negative 3x minus 4. Okay, and the reason why we reject this is because the image of 1 is not negative 7 for this case, right? That's why we end up taking the other one. Okay, all right, so hope you understand. This is how I would do it. Okay, now I will scroll down and then do B. Okay, B says g bracket 3x minus 1, okay, equals to 5x plus 7. Okay, now they want to find number 1, they want to find gx. Okay, the one they give us is g bracket 3x minus 1, but they are asking us to find gx, right? So when we are doing this kind of question, you have to straight away let y equals bracket and then cari x. So let y equals bracket 3x minus 1 and then cari x. So when you cari x, it will be y plus 1 over 3. Okay, you just pindah from here. Minus 1 jadi plus 1 times 3 jadi divide 3. Okay, ini memang cara dia. And you will also use this method. Okay, when will you use this method? Sometimes when they give you fgx, right? Do you remember this type of question? When they give you fgx and then they give you gx and then ask you to find fx. This type of question also, like you will use this same method also. How you do it is like you start with composite And then you check tengok dalam ada ke tak ada, right? And for this case dalam ada. And kalau dalam ada cara dia lain tau. Kalau dalam ada cara lain, kalau dalam tak ada cara lain. So kalau dalam ada then you have to masukkan, and the method is more susah one, because after you masuk, you have to let y equals bracket, do like that lah. Same method like this. Tapi kalau dalam tak ada, then the is tak payah let. That one because dalam tak ada, luar mesti ada, right? So yeah, I just want to point out that the method I'm doing now is the same with the method that you learn when you're doing that kind of question, right? Where they give you like composite function, and then the dalam punya function they give you, but I want to find the outside punya function. So it's like same case for this lah. You have the inside bracket 3x minus 1, but you don't have the outside, which means you get stuck already because you're trying to find the gx. That is why you will use this method. Let y equals bracket cari x. Okay, now you rewrite this whole thing, but now it becomes gy because you already let y equals bracket. And then for the x here, you already replace with y plus 1 over 3 equal plus 7. All right. So this is how you do it. Okay, now when you darab 5, you only darab atas saja. So 5y plus 5 over 3 plus 7. Okay, we can make this into a single fraction. Just make everything over 3. So it will be 5y plus 5. 7 also times 3 lah, becomes 21. So the answer is 5y plus 26 over 3. Okay, of course, this is gy. And if you want gx, just change the y to x lah. Right, so gx will be 5x plus 26 over 3. Okay, there's no undefined case for this type of function because the other x duduk bawah. If the x got x dekat bawah sini, then you have to write the undefined case. But this one don't have. Okay, now let's continue with number 2. Express p in terms of q if g bracket p plus 1 equals 2q minus 3. Okay, the 2q minus 3 is the answer. So I'm not going to do anything to it. I just write it down. But for the g bracket p plus 1, I can do it myself by using gx because I have my gx. So let's write down my function g first. 5x plus 26 over 3. But obviously you cannot write x lah, because this is g bracket x. This is g bracket p plus 1. So if the bracket x change to bracket p plus 1, it means that the x on the right hand side here also have to change to p plus 1. And now you can find p in terms of q. You just pindah. So it becomes 5p plus 5 because 5 times 1, 5. And why not you straight away plus 26, get 31. And then this 3, when you pindah atas jadi darab, 3 times 2, 6q minus 3 times 3, 9. And since you want p in terms of q, it means you want p to be single. So let's pindah the 31, becomes 6q minus 9 minus 31 minus 40. And then divide 5. So the answer is 6q minus 40 over 5, right? And that should be your answer. Okay, sudah siap? Okay, let's do number 2. In diagram 1 below, P and Q are the center of 2 circles. Okay, so got 2 circles and the PQ is the center, respectively with radius JCM. Okay, if this is the center, center tarik sampai side mesti, that's called the radius, right? So it means that this is J. Same with this, you tarik to B, and B is like on the circumference, right? It's on the side of the circle. So this is the radius, so this must be J also. And since Q is also a center for the other circle, that means if I tarik satu line like this will be the radius also, because you tarik to side, so this will be J also. And if I tarik here also, it will be J also. And do you realize this diamond shape? Did you see this diamond shape? This diamond shape, actually we call it rhombus. All right? Yeah, we call it rhombus. And all 4 sides sama panjang. Okay, yeah, that's why we can call it rhombus. Okay, now let's see what they want. Soalan A, they want us to show that angle APB is 2 over 3 pi radian and it's worth $3. Okay, they want us to show that the angle here to here is 2 over 3 pi. So how can we show that? Actually, it's very easy. You just tambah satu line from P to Q. Because when you tambah satu line like this, do you realize this is also the radius? You see, this is the circle, right? This is the center. Tarik to the side of the circle, that's the radius lah. It means this is also J. And you can clearly see that this is all same sama panjang. Even though you don't know the panjang, you don't know J berapa, but you know it's like they are all same length, they are all radius. That means this angle right here, APQ, must be definitely 60 degree. Because if all 3 sides sama panjang, doesn't matter how big or how small, as long as like tiga sama, then the angle will all same one. And triangle total, okay, the angle, total angle inside triangle is 180. So my angle APQ will be 180 divide 3, which gives you 60. Okay, confirm 60. And it's not just here 60, here also 60, here also 60. Okay, okay, but they want in radian, right? So let's do that in radian. Oh, by the way, this is not APQ, this is just AP. Yeah, lah, APQ lah, correct lah. Correct, correct, APQ. Okay, so I have to take 60 times pi over 180 because that's how you convert to radian. So you end up with pi over 3, but then you have to, what you have to do? Wait, wait, can I do that? Okay, okay, never mind. Okay, so I want to find the APB, right? So APB is actually not just 60, it's not just pi over 3. You have to times 2, right? Because this one also same, the size, the angle also same size. Okay, so it will be pi over 3 times 2, and then you will get 2 over 3 pi radian. And yeah, you should have show lah. That's how you show. Okay, so hope you understand. Okay, let's do B, right? Okay, so B, what it says? So remember, 60 degree, here I'll write in radian lah, pi over 3. Okay, okay, B, they say what? Find the area of shaded region in terms of pi and j. So this is the shaded region, and they want to find area, but in terms of pi and j, it means you don't find the pi and j because they want the answer to have the pi and j. So how to find area of shaded region? Okay, first let's think about like let's try to plan first. Let's try to plan nicely first. So I think my job is to get this area of full circle, right? I think I need to find the area of full circle, but then I have to minus this part, right? But how do we get the area of this part? Okay, I think I can break it down into triangle, right? Right, triangle. And then what is this? This thing? What is this? This is actually the segment, right? This blue color part is the segment. So, and they are same size. Okay, they are same size. So I think how I would do it is I will find the area of triangle, because later I know this triangle, later I have to minus out. So I will try an area of triangle APQ first. And which formula I will use? 1 over 2 AB sine C. Because this is like, yeah, you have like AB sine C, right? So the A and B will be J and J, which is J square. And then times with sine, uh, sine included angle, which is 60. Okay, sine 60 will be sine 3 over 2. You learn this in trigonometry, okay? You half file for 30 degree, 45 degree, and 60 degree. And sine 60, the answer will be same with cos 30, which is sine 3 over 2. And then this one is 1 over 2 times j square, and you will end up with atas darab atas, bawah darab bawah, so it's sine 3 over 4 j square. But of course, this is just the area of this one triangle. You need to get the area of segment also, right? Oh, and by the way, later when you minus, you have to minus triangle bawah also, right? So actually later this area you have to times 2. Yeah, you have to times 2, then baru minus. Okay, but let's do that later. Let's find the area of segment first, right? Area of segment. Okay, and let's write down what segment I want. So let's find out this one lah. So segment AP. Okay, the area of segment formula is 1 over 2. I write here area of segment formula is 1 over 2 r square bracket theta minus sine theta. Yeah, this is the formula. Okay, this formula actually comes from taking the area of sector minus area of triangle. Okay, that's why it looks like this. 1 over 2 r square theta minus 1 over 2 r square sine theta. And when you factorize out, it look like this lah. Okay, so let's just use the formula now. 1 over 2 times r square. What is the r? In this case, is they want j, right? Don't forget they want in terms of j, so it's okay if you don't have the j. And then bracket theta minus sine theta. Okay, the theta will be 60 degree. But then you have to, this theta you have to write in radian. So I should write pi over 3 minus sine 60 like this. Okay, okay, this is how you find the area of segment. But actually bukan satu segment saja yang you kena tolak. This one also, right? So later have to times 4. But we can do that later. Like let's simplify this. Sine 60 is sine 3 over 2 again. And then this one is pi over 3. This one is 1 over 2 j square, and then like this, right? Okay, now I have to find the area of shaded region, right? And to do that, I need to take area of full circle minus the area of triangle, and I get it already. And since the bawah punya triangle also same size, so I can just times 2 later. And then this 4 segment also same size. So you can just take this one times 4. Okay. And let me explain a bit why it's same size. Because imagine if you try to find this segment, you will also take the radius also, J also, right? And then the angle also 60. So it will be look the same like this. So why not you just straight away like times 4, right? Okay. Okay, now let's find the area of whole circle. The area of whole circle formula is pi r square. Okay, and in this case, the r is j. Okay, so this is how you find the area of whole circle. But of course, you have to minus with it. So you only want the shaded region here. So you have to minus with 2 triangle, which means you have to minus with 2 times this. Okay, 2 times this, square root 3 over 4 j square. Okay, and don't forget to minus with, after you minus the 2 triangle, you also have to minus this 4 segment. Then only you get the shaded region here. Okay, so minus with 4 times with this one, 1 over 2 j square, and then pi over 3 minus sec 3 over 2. Okay, all right, so pi j square is just pi j square, and then these 2 and 4 can cut, you left with sec 3 over 2 j square, and then minus, okay, 4 times, okay, should I expand this first? Is it better if I expand? I think yes, right? Yeah, so I think I should expand this. So let's expand this. It will become what? Okay, let's just expand it down here lah. Expand it down here. So it'll be 4. And then this one, when you expand, you become atas darab atas, bawah darab bawah. So it'll be pi j square over 6, because 2 times 3. Minus with, okay, do the same here. Uh, sec 3 times j square will be sec 3 j square. And then 2 times 2 is just over 4. Like this, right? Okay, now it become pi j square minus sec 3 over 2j square. Okay, 4 when you expand, it becomes 4 over 6, which is 2 over 3 pi j square. And then minus minus jadi plus. 4 and 4 can cut, left with sec 3 j square. Okay, so this is how my working looks like now. So let's continue here. Pi j square dengan pi j square boleh buat. But this one depan tak ada number means 1, right? So I have to press calculator 1 minus 2 over 3, which is 1 over 3. And then don't forget to write pi j square. Okay, then what about this one and this one? Boleh buat juga, tapi it will become negative sec 3 over 2 plus sec 3, right? So how do we write this? Okay, I think I'll just put like factorize it out. So this one and this one, they both have j square, right? So why not we just factorize out the j square, and then what's left inside is just negative sec 3 over 2 plus sec 3 like this, right? But I think you have to solve this, right? So let's just do 1 over 3 pi j square. Okay, how can we do this? It's very easy. Negative 1 over 2 sec 3 plus sec 3. It's the same thing. Sec 3 over 2 and 1 over 2 sec 3 is the same thing, right? And you can see these two is the same thing. So it's like you are just doing negative 1 over 2 a plus a. So if you press calculator, what's negative 1 over 2 plus 1? It'll be 1 over 2a, right? But of course, you don't write a lah. You write sec 3, because a is actually sec 3. So it'll be like this, sec 3. Okay? And the sec 3, if you don't like, you can write atas also. Yeah, because when you times fraction, it means you times atas. And then this is j square. So this is my answer. 1 over 3 pi j square plus sec 3 over 2j square. Okay, so the answer, the question wants us to write the area in terms of pi and j, right? So yeah, that's the answer. Okay. Okay, there's another method to do. I just realized you can also cut it in half like this. And do you realize this is a big segment? You can also do like this. Take the area of circle minus this area of segment. But this area of segment you have to times 2 lah, to get both. Then only you take the full area circle minus. And if you want to do it like this, make sure the angle you put 120, because you are finding this whole segment. Okay. But can also lah, you get the same answer, right? The other way is to do it like me lah. It means you only find the small segment and then times 4, and then the triangle times 2, and then minus. Okay. Okay, hope you understand. Now I wanna continue. Okay, number 3, I will just do it up here, right? Okay, let's read. Given that m over n is equals to 0.0454545 is a ratio number where m and n constant, m and n is a positive integer. That means m and n must be like no decimal, no fraction, okay, and positive. Without using progression method, find the value of m minus n. Okay, why they mention without using progression method? Okay, first of all, let's talk about this decimal. This decimal 0.0, when the decimal repeat like this, 0.0454545, we call this a recurring decimal. Titik perpuluhan yang berulang. Perpuluhan berulang. Because it's like after a few digits, it will repeat itself. So this is a recurring decimal. And there is two methods to convert the recurring decimal to fraction. Ada dua cara yang you belajar. First cara is using the S infinity method, which is the progression method lah. Use a S infinity formula. And the other method is without using the S infinity formula. And since the soalan says without using kaidah janjang, right? The progression method. That means I will use the other one lah. So I will show you now. The other method look like this. Let your n becomes the recurring decimal first. Okay. You learn this in Form 4 chapter 4, the indices third log punya bab. Yeah, you learn about this method. Alright. After you let n equals to this, you will take n. Okay, first of all, this recurring decimal, did you see the zero doesn't repeat? Yeah, because you want your recurring decimal to be like to look like this 0.454545. Then only it's like you can convert it easily to the fraction. But you can see this one, the zero is like kacau saya, right? Unless it's like 0.45, 0.45, 0.45, then it's fine. But if it's like 0.454545, so the zero here didn't repeat. Okay, so what I'll do to fix this is I'll times 10, because when I times 10, this becomes 0.454545, and now it becomes like a normal recurring decimal. Okay, and it repeats after two digit, 45, and then repeat 4545, right? Okay, now I will times the 0.45 here. I will take this and times 100 again, because I want it to be if it repeats after two digit, I times 100. If it repeats after three digit, then I times 1000. So I will times 100. Okay, because this one it repeats after 2G, so it will look like this now. When you times 100, you will move the decimal to the right two times, like this. And don't forget the other side also have to times 100, so you just add two zeros lah, like this. Okay, and let's call this equation 1, let's call this equation 2. Okay, now the method is you have to take equation 2 minus equation 1. Yeah, that's how you convert to fraction. So it'll be 1000n minus 10n, and you can press calculator, you will get 990n. And then the other side will be 45.454545 minus 0.4545, which is 45 lah. Because all the terms after the decimal will cancel with this, right? So now you understand why I times 100 here. Okay. Okay, so now you can find your n, which is 45 divide 990. And if you press calculator, the calculator will give you 1 over 22. And this n is 0.045, right? So it means that if you tekan 1 divide 22, your calculator will give you this 0.045454545 like that. Okay. Okay, but the question never asked for that. The question asks you to find the value of m minus n. And they said this is equals to m over n. That means m over n equals to 1 over 22, and m minus n equals to 22 minus it should be 1 minus 22, right? Because m is the atas punya number, and then minus 22, which is negative 21, right? So that's the answer for A. Okay. Okay, hope you understand. All right, let's continue. B. Diagram 2 shows the position of three circular swimming pools of the same size center at ABC respectively. So we have three swimming pool, circular. Okay, now they say given the area of shaded region, and this is the shaded region, is how much? Is 3 over 4, and then bracket all these things, right? Okay, this one can expand actually, right? Okay, let's just expand now. 16 times 3, 48, divide 4, 12. Square root 3 minus 3 over 4 times 8, potong potong, left with 2 times 3, 6 pi. Okay, so this is the area of shaded region for now. Okay, now what we do is we keep reading. They say find the radius in meter for the pool. It means that I want to find like the radius, okay, of the pool. And then in they say in the form of a square root b, where a and b are constant. So not only they want to find radius, they want to make sure it's in this form. So I don't think you should tekan the square root later. Okay, I think your answer will have square root later, but you shouldn't tekan it because you want the answer to look like this. Okay, I think first thing first is we need to know how to find the area of shaded region first, right? So the area of shaded region shape look like this. Okay, and it's like how are you supposed to find the area of shaded region, right? How you supposed to find something that look like this? Like how this looks like an underwear, like the like how to find the area of shaded region? Okay, so let's think about this. Okay, they mentioned radius here, right? They mentioned about radius, so maybe let's draw some radius. But personally, I will draw it to this point because this is the contact point of the circle, right? So if I draw a line like this will be the radius. And from this center, tarik here also will be radius, right? What if you tarik here? Radius, tarik here, radius, tarik here, radius, tarik here, radius. So as you can see, it forms a triangle with same side here, 2r, 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 right? And if all same side, what would be the angle? What would be the angle? 60, right? Because if all the triangle same side, then the angle, each angle here would be 180 divided 3, which gives you 60, right? But how to find the area of shaded region? Okay, I think I can do it now already. First is to find the area of triangle ABC first, right? And the method is very easy. You just use 1 over 2 AB sine C formula, and it will be 1 over 2 times 2R, and then times 2R again, or you just write 2R square lah, right, like this, times 2R times 2R, and then sine angle, which is sine included angle sine 60, right? Okay, the question got mentioned give in this form, right? So I will not write in decimal like that. So the sine 60, this one you pernah hafal in trigo is 3 over 2. Okay. And the 2r square, it will become 4r square when you square it. And then 1 over 2 here. And this 2 and this 4 can cut. You will left with 2r square here. And then the 2 and 2 cut again. So it's just left with square root 3r square. So this is the area of triangle. The triangle. But I need to do what? I need to find the area of shaded region. So how to find? Okay, after getting the area of triangle, you can minus with these three things. Okay, and what do we call these three shapes? We call it sector, right? They are all sector. Okay, sector, sector, sector. But let's not find three sector first. Let's find the area of one sector first. So I'll just write area of sector. Let's call it, okay, let's not call it anything. Just call it area of sector. Okay, the formula we use here is 1 over 2 r squared theta. That's the formula we learned in this chapter. And for the radius is r lah, because this sector, the radius is only r. And then for the theta will be 60. Okay, but you have to convert to radian. So how to convert 60 to radian? It will be pi over 3 lah. Okay, pi over 3. Okay, because because like I know like just now also we did here already. 60 times pi 180 is pi over 3. Okay, come back here please. Since the question want us to write in this form later, so I will not write in decimal. So it will just be 1 over 2 r square, and then the pi over 3 is just pi over 3 lah, right? Okay, let's write different a bit lah. So this one we can just straight away atas darab bawah. So let's straight away pi r square over 6. Okay, 2 times 3, 6. Okay, this is the area of one sector. Now we can try to find the area of shaded region. So area of shaded region equals, okay, I know they give us already here, that's the area of shaded region, but I want to do it myself. Okay, then only I can take my answer, compare with the answer they give here. Okay, so how to find my own shaded region area? First take area of triangle, which is square root 3r square, and then minus with 3 sector, so 3 times with pi r square over 6. So when you do that, you will get your shaded region area. So the answer will be square root 3r square. This one can cut, you'll just left with pi r square over 2, right? So I think I already find out my area of shaded region. So this is the answer. So square root 3r square minus pi r square over 2. Okay, now they got mentioned that the shaded region area is this. So it means this is the shaded region area, so I can write it in. I can write it, I can compare with this. So I just write it on this side, 12 square root 3 minus 6 pi. Okay. All right. Now we can try, the soalan asked to find radius, right? So now it's possible to find radius. But first, your radius R here appear 2 times. Dia muncul 2 kali. So I think we should factorize it. Otherwise, we can't find our like R later. Because you want your R to be single now. And now it's like dia ada 2 kali. So to make it like single, you factorize. So you will left with square root 3 minus pi over 2 here. And then the other side is still the same, 12 square root 3 minus 6 pi. Okay, now how to find R square? You will pindah this whole thing to the other side, becomes bahagi, right? So it will look like this. It will be 12 square root 3 minus 6 pi divide by square root 3 minus pi over 2. But the question got mentioned, they want us to write our answer in this form. So definitely we have to rationalize the denominator. It means we have to hilangkan square root dekat bawah. Kalau tak nanti you cannot write your answer like this. So how to hilangkan? You have to darab dengan conjugate cert. And if bawah ada plus minus, then the conjugate cert will be the opposite, will be the same thing but opposite sign. So it will be square root 3 plus pi over 2. That's the conjugate cert. And then atas pun darab benda yang sama lah. Alright, so now it's time to darab. And after I darab, the square root bawah will hilang one. Okay. Alright, so let's take bawah darab bawah first. So I will just draw a line here. Okay, so now it becomes what? Square root 3 times plus pi over 2 times this, right? So what is square root 3 times square root 3? 3. Square root 3 times negative pi over 2, you will get negative pi square root 3 over 2. But it doesn't matter because later the next one is plus pi square root 3 over 2, which you get 0 lah. So you can straight away skip the middle part, straight away do pi over 2 times negative pi over 2. Okay, positive negative is negative. Pi over 2 times pi over 2 is pi square over 4. Okay, so this is how you end up 3 minus pi square over 4. Okay, now for atas pula, yang ni also you have to darab lah. So first you take square root 3 times 12 square root 3, which you end up getting 12 bracket 3. Because when you take square root 3 times square root 3, the square root will, you can potong. And then square root 3 times negative 6 pi, which is negative 6 square root 3 and then pi, right? Okay, next one, pi over 2 times 12 over square root 3. Okay, when you take 12 square root 3 times pi, it will be 12 pi square root 2, but divide 2 so can cut. So you left with plus 6 pi square root 3. Is it correct? 6 pi, yeah, correct. 6 pi square root 3. Okay, the last one is pi over 2 times negative 6 pi. So it become negative plus minus minus. Pi over 2 times 6 pi will be 3 pi square. Because 6 divide 2 is 3, and then pi times pi square. Okay, now you reach here already, but don't forget this is your r square. It's not even the r, right? It's the r square. Okay, so now how to continue? So I'll just put an arrow like this. Okay, 12 times 3, 36. And then this one and this one, how you should do it? Okay, I think you can potong, right? Because negative 6 square root 3 pi plus negative 6 square root 3 pi is 0 lah. It's 0, right? So yeah, okay. So they're exactly the same thing. So when you minus it, becomes 0. And then minus with 3 pi square here over 3 minus pi square over 4. Okay, even though my my apa, I already rationalized the denominator, bawah sudah tak ada square root, but it still doesn't look like this form because they want my answer to look like this. So I think I have to find a way to potong the bawah punya part. Because if you want your answer to look like this, that means that you don't want, you tak mau bawah ada fraction, right? You don't want fraction. It means you want to try to get rid of this fraction dekat bawah. And I can already say how to hilangkan. First, you need to factorize. Because this one is 3 minus pi square over 4, nothing you can factorize. But this 36 and 3, you can actually take out 3 like this. Okay. But don't take out 3, because if you take out 3, you cannot potong later, because 36 divided 3, which is 12 minus pi square. And you cannot cut like this. So let me tell you what you will take out. You will take out, what is 36 divided 3? 12, right? So you will take out 12, right? I will tell you why later. Okay, later you understand why. Why I take out 12, because 36 divided 12 is 3. And then negative 3, when you take out 12, what is negative 3 divided 12? negative 1 over 4. So you just left with negative pi square over 4. So now do you understand why I take out 12? Because this one and this one can cut. So now it's like r squared equals 12 already. So now you can find your r. It will be square root 12, right? And should I tekan the square root 12 or no? No lah, don't tekan. Because I told you the answer, they want the answer to look like this, a square root b. Okay, now it's still not a square root b, but we all know square root 12 can simplify, become square root 4 times 3 like this. And we all know square root 4 is 2, so 2 square root 3. So this is your answer. Okay, 2 square root 3 meter. Okay, everything is in meter. So this one I will write meter. Okay, so that's all. That's your answer. Okay, all right. Hope you understand. Okay, let's do number 4. This is a quadratic question. Diagram 3 shows the quadratic function y fx, y gx. Okay, got two graphs. Okay, we can see that they have the same turning point. Do you agree? Yeah, because they have the same axis of symmetry and they have the same minimum value and same maximum value for this curve, right? So the turning point will be exactly same for these two curves. Okay, let's see what it says here. Given fx is this, and then gx is this. Those two quadratic equations have the same axis of symmetry. Yeah, I can tell, right? They have the same axis of symmetry. So that means later they will have the same turning point because not only the x coordinate same, the y coordinate also same, right? Okay, so A, what they want to cari julat for P means they want to find the range of P, right? Okay, there's a few ways to do this because the P is here, right? Okay, so let me just write down this equation first. Fx equals to x squared plus px plus 9. Okay, the range of P, how can we find the range? Okay, you can think about it like this. This P uh, will be, you can actually find the exact value of P. Yeah, you can actually find the exact value of P, the exact value. And let me tell you how to do it. Because do you remember they got give you another curve gx and this equation they actually give you the b. So since they have the same axis of symmetry, you can use this formula negative b over 2a equals negative b over 2a. Okay, this one you use the first equation, this one you use the second equation. And then why they can equal? Because they have the same axis of symmetry. And this is how you find the axis of symmetry, right? But later I will erase all this. This one I just want to show you that you can do it like you can find the exact value of P. So for this equation, what is the B and the A? It will be P1, right? And then for this, the B is 4, the A is negative 1. And now you can find your P. It will be negative 4 divided negative 2, which is 2. And then this 2 bring over times 2, P equals negative 4. So this is the exact value of P. But the soalan asks you to find range, julat. So I don't think your answer should look like this. Because when they say range, julat, it means your answer will have like bigger, smaller, or in between, something like that. So even though I can find the p value, I cannot do it like this, I think, because they ask for range. So let me tell you what I will do. So this is the curve, right? And you can see that it never touches the x-axis. So we can do b squared minus 4ac smaller than 0. Because if it doesn't touch the x-axis, does not touch the x-axis, it means no roots. So the discriminant will be negative, smaller than 0. Okay, so this is another method to find the range of P. Okay, so I'll just masukkan nilai B, which is P, A is 1, C is 9, right? So you end up with P squared minus 36 smaller than 0. Okay, this is a quadratic inequality. So what you should do is to factorize, but you don't need to factorize using calculator. So you can factorize yourself. Because we all know A squared minus B squared can change to A minus B, A plus B. So if it's minus, baru boleh buat macam ni. So the minus 36 becomes 6 squared, smaller than 0. Now it becomes P minus 6. P plus 6 smaller than 0. So your P equals to 6, your P equals negative 6. But this one is smaller, right? But jangan you tengok sini smaller and then here also you tukar smaller. Salah. The correct way is you have to use the graph sketching method. You have to sketch, okay? And then you have to label negative 6, 6 here. And you have to look at the symbol. If the symbol is smaller, then you will do the shading here. If it's bigger, then you will load it here and here, right? Okay, this one is smaller, so the answer should be here. So what is the range of P? In between negative 6 and 6, because your P is right in the middle here. All right, so this is how you find the range. Okay, all right, hope you understand. Now we can do B, right? So B says by using completing the square, express Q in terms of P. So what I have to do now is to do completing the square for both equation, and then maybe take out the turning point to compare. I don't know. Let's do completing the square first. All right, I need space. Wait, uh, okay, I'll just push this over like this, so I have space to do my working. Okay, okay, okay lah, like this lah. All right, I'll just do my part B here. So if I want to do completing the square for this first equation, fx equals x squared plus px plus 9. Okay, when we do completing the square, we have to make sure a is positive 1. If it's not positive 1, you cannot do completing the square. This one already positive 1, so now we can start. The formula is like this: x squared plus px plus bracket square plus 9 minus bracket square. This is how you do completing the square. Inside the bracket, you have to write b over 2, and in this case, the b is p, so p over 2, p over 2. And then next baris, it will be, you will have to ignore this one. The px you will ignore. You will just look at this, and since they both have square, so you can just take out the square like this, and then here write x plus p over 2. And then what I write next is plus 9 minus p over 2 square is just p square over 4. So that this is the vertex form, right? You already successfully do your completing the square. Done already. Okay, now let's do for gx pula. Okay, for gx equation is this one. But we all know already, I told you already, you can't do completing the square when your a is not positive 1. So the negative, you have to take it out. So when you take out the negative, everyone here kena tukar tanda. So it becomes x squared plus 4 becomes minus 4x plus 2q becomes minus 2q. Now you will do completing the square, but you have to do it like this: negative, big bracket. Yeah, you have to use big bracket. And then here you start doing completing the square: x squared minus 4x plus bracket square minus 2q minus bracket square. Okay, this is how you do completing the square. Inside the small bracket, you have to write b over 2, which means negative 4 over 2 negative. Yeah, negative 4 lah. You don't put 4, If you put 4, it's wrong. You have to tengok sebelah. If you tengok sebelah, then you won't wrong already. Okay, sampai sini buat apa? Okay, the big bracket very important, but leave it first. For now, you have to ignore this part. Just tengok sini dengan sini. So when you tengok sini dengan sini, you nampak square. Because this one is x square, this one is negative 4 over 2 square. So you will also write a bracket square here, and inside you just write x, negative 4 divided 2, negative 2, just put it here like this. And then minus 2q, and then this one minus, I put minus. Okay, negative 4 divided 2 is negative 2 square is positive 4 like this, right? But don't forget to take the negative and expand inside the big bracket. So you're left with x minus 2 square, and then the minus 2q become plus 2q plus 4 like this, right? So you take your negative, you darab masuk lah. Okay, now we do completing the square, we get our vertex form here and here. But the soalan is not happy with you now because they want to calculate q in terms of p, and I haven't managed to get q in terms of p. So what I should do now? All right, do you remember I told you this one and this one have the same turning point? It means that they will have the exact same x coordinate of turning point and y coordinate of turning point. And you don't okay, I already tried comparing the x coordinate just now, which is like negative p over 2. When you take out, you have to tukar tanda for the x coordinate. So which is negative p over 2 equals to positive 2. And you already know the answer just now, you get p is negative 4. That's how you like do it. Find the exact value of p. But the question never asked you to do that. They never asked you to find the exact value of p. Instead, they want you to find the range of p, or I mean like here they want q in terms of p. So I think you will compare the y coordinate, which means you will take 2q plus 4 equals to this one 9 minus p squared over 4. Tapi kenapa boleh equal macam ni? Why you can take whatever here equal to this? Because the number at the back here represents the minimum value or the maximum value. And for this case, they both have the same y coordinate. It means they have the same minimum value or maximum value lah. That's why they can equal here. Okay, hope you understand. Now we just have to pindah to make the q single. So first I will pindah 4 first. So it becomes 9 minus 4, 5 minus p squared over 4. Okay, before I pindah the 2, I will try to make this into a single fraction. And how we do that? 5 times 4, 20 minus p squared over 4. Okay, now I pindah the 2, become bahagi. Okay, when you bahagi means you take the denominator times 2, which is 8. So your answer is 20 minus p square over 8. Yeah, that's all. That's how you do it. Okay, let's continue with number 5. So let's read. Diagram 4 shows the locus of a moving point P with a constant distance from point A negative 3, 2. Okay, we can see that point P is a xy and they already say it's a moving point. So definitely this is a coordinate geometry question from 4 chapter 7. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it's from 4 chapter 7. Okay, so we all can see that P is the moving point and it's a circle, right? It's a circle. So and then they say move with a constant distance from point A negative 3, 2. So point A is the center of the circle lah. And you can see that point P move along the circumference of the circle. All right, so now they say another point, point B, negative 6, negative 2 is on the locus. It means point B is also another point on the circumference of the circle, right? And then they say line AB is extended to point C. Okay, let's go. AB is extended to point C. So I will draw a line extended to point C. So later my point C will be like somewhere here lah. We don't know the coordinate, but they got give us the ratio here, 3AB equals AC. Okay, the way I teach my student to baca this one is like a rainbow. Okay, like dalam dengan dalam, luar dengan luar. It means like you will read like this. AB ratio is 1, AC ratio is 3. So AB, I will write 1, bulatkan. AC is 3. Okay, it means here is 2 lah. Because AC is the whole thing, right? And then 3 minus 1, you will get 2, ratio 2 here. Okay, and always circle when you label ratio. Okay, always circle. So definitely we can find point C later, all right? And we will use what formula? We will use the point C formula. Remember the darab silang punya formula? So if the question later asks for us to find this coordinate of point C, then I will use the darab silang punya cara. Okay. Okay, now let's see what the question wants first. So the question A asks us to find the equation of locus P. Means they want to find the equation of circle lah, right? And do you know when you find equation of circle, what formula you will use to find? You have to use the distance formula. Yeah, because it's a locus question, right? And also before you find the equation of circle, you need two information. Yeah, you need two information. First information you need is the center coordinate. Okay, the center coordinate. And the other thing you need is the radius. And if you don't have these two things, you can't find the equation of circle. It's not possible. So can you tell me, do you have these two information now? Center coordinate, yes, I have it, negative 3, 2. But for the radius of circle, I don't know. I don't know the distance of PA should like how much, right? They just mentioned with a constant distance. Okay, I know it has to be constant distance, but I need to know exactly how how many units, right? Otherwise I cannot find the equation of circle. So what I need to do now is to find the panjang here, and you can't find it using this two coordinate because yeah, you don't have. So the way we do it is to find distance of AB, because distance of AB is also the radius, right? And let me tell you, distance of AB and distance of AP is the same because they are both radius. So what I will do now is I will find distance of AB to get the radius. Okay, so I'll write distance AB here, and now I will start finding the distance. And the distance formula is square root bracket square plus bracket square. The first bracket, you have to write x minus x. So let's go. Negative 6 minus negative 3, which is negative 6 plus 3. And the other bracket, you have to write y minus y, which is negative 2 minus 2. This is how you find the distance AB. All right. Negative 6 plus 3 is negative 3 square is 9. Negative 2 minus 2, negative 4 square is 16. So you end up with square root 25, which is 5 units. That means the distance of AB is 5. And it also means that distance of AP is also 5. Because radius memang sama panjang. They are both radius. Okay, now we have our radius and we have our center. Now we can find the equation of circle, and we will use the distance formula again, right? But let's find out, let's make sure, okay, who's the moving point now? P, right? So P coordinate will be XY, and the distance of PA should always be 5 units, right? Yeah, because the P can move, but it moves with a condition where the distance from of P from A is always 5 units. So that's why I write PA equals 5. And now I will use the distance formula again, and then equals to 5. And after you do this, you will get your equation of circle, right? Okay, so bracket square plus bracket square. So now you understand why I have to do this one first, right? Now you understand why I have to find the 5 first. Otherwise, like how can I find, how can I do this, right? Okay, so now it becomes PA. So it will be x minus x, y minus y. So x minus negative 3, which is x plus 3, and then y minus 2, right? Okay, now I just have to expand everything, and then I'll get my answer, right? Okay, let me just continue up here because I don't have enough space. All right, so it will become what? The square root I can throw to the other side, it becomes 25. And then let's expand the x plus 3 square. So when you expand, you will get x square, and then x times 3 times 2, which is 6x, and then 3 square, which is 9. Okay, this is how you should expand it. Huh? Okay, the next one, same thing. You will take y square, and then you will take y times negative 2 times 2, right? That's the method. Okay, so negative 2y times 2 is negative 4y, and then last thing is take the negative 2 square, which is plus 4, right? And then equals to 25 lah, because the square root hantar sana. Okay, now you just have to arrange everything on one side and then equals 0. So you will write x square first, followed by y square, followed by x, 6x, followed by negative 4y, followed by the number which is 9 plus 4 minus 25, because to 25 you pindah sini. So you can press calculator, 13 minus 25, and your calculator will give you negative 12. And that's all. That's your answer. So what, this is your equation of circle lah. So when you see when your okay, so you have to know equation of circle memang look like this. Got x square, y square, x, y number like that one, right? So that's how you know it's a circle. All right, so this is your answer for A. Okay, now I want to do B here. So let's scroll down and see what they want. Okay, so B, they say want to find coordinate of point C, right? Okay, so how do we find point C? I told you just now already. You remember just now? I told you already, you will darab silang, right? You will darab silang to find point C. And this formula, I call it the point C formula. Yeah, I call it the point C formula, okay? But it's not always point C lah. It can be point P or point Q or point S or point, like it has to depends on the question, right? So I call it the point C formula, but in this case, I don't think you can write point C, because when you darab silang, can you see you are taking point C times 1 and point A times 2. It means point C you're trying to find. So point C is XY. So again, darab silang means point C times 1, point A times 2, right? Then what about point B? What about the point in between, point B? Okay, that will be your answer. That will be the answer. So for the point B, I will write like this. So that is why I said, even though I call it the point C formula, you cannot write point C. You have to write the point in between. And in this case, it's point B. Okay, point B will be the answer. The point in between will always be the answer. Okay, and then the other side only you will take the darab silang lah. So sekali lagi, point C times 1, right? Actually, you want to do point A times 2 can also. It's the same thing. Okay, but let's take point C times 1. So it'll be x times 1, y times 1. So here I write x times 1, and then the y times 1, I'll write at the y coordinate. And then repeat the same thing. Now it's point A times 2. So it'll be negative 3 times 2. Tulis dekat sini lah. And then the next one is 5 times, 2 times 2. And then the one I write here. And then nothing here means plus. And then bawah is take the ratio tambah. 2 plus 1, 2 plus 1. Okay, this is the formula. Okay, this is the formula. Okay, all right. If you want to take point A times 2, then only you take C times 1 can also, you will get the same thing. All right. Okay, this one let's simplify. You get x minus 6 over 3. And then this one you simplify, you get y plus 4 over 3. Right. Okay, sampai sini tak boleh buat dah, because you cannot do already, you cannot continue because you don't have xy, right? But it's okay, because don't forget you have your point B, you have the answer. So you can just write down your point B here and then compare lah. You banding lah, compare. So you compare the x coordinate on both sides. So x minus 6 over 3 equals negative 6. X equals to negative 18 plus 6, which is negative 12. And then the other side, y coordinate compare. Y plus 4 over 3 equals to negative 2. So y equals to negative 2 times 3, which is negative 6. Minus 4 is negative 10. Right? And don't forget, this is a point. And you shouldn't write like this for point. So for coordinate of point C, you should write like this. Point C and then bracket, write the x coordinate and then comma y coordinate. So that means the point C coordinate is negative 12, negative 10, right? And that's all. Yeah. This is your answer for B, right? Okay, now let's see what they want to see here. C, they want to find area of triangle ABO. Okay, I think I will use this space right here to do the C question. So how do we find area? Well, first we have to make sure we have the coordinate for ABO first, because these are the vertices of the triangle. So do we have coordinate ABO? A have already, B have already, O I think is 0, 0, right? So if you have all the vertices coordinate, then you can straight away use the area of triangle formula. And the formula look like this: 1 over 2 modulus, and you just put in all the coordinate inside. So you have to put in ABO coordinate. So A is, okay, actually you can put A also, A first also can, B first also can, O also can. Because it doesn't matter, the order is not important. For triangle lah. Yeah, for triangle, you can put in any order you want. You can start from any point you want. For triangle, only for triangle, you can do like that. Okay, so In triangle, memang which order also you want, boleh lah. Okay, let's start with point O lah. So point O will be 0, 0. So I'll write 0, 0. And then the next one, I'll write A. But you want to write next one B can also. It's up to you. Okay, I'll write A, negative 3, 2. And then next one, I'll write B, negative 6, negative 2. And before I close the modulus, I have to repeat the first coordinate. So 0, 0, I will write again. Okay, now it's time to multiply, to darab. But when you darab, you have to start dari atas and then darab silang. So 0 times 2 is 0. 0 tak payah tulis lah. And then plus negative 3 times negative 2, which is positive 6. And then plus negative 6 times 0, which is 0. So tak payah tulis. And then minus. Why minus is because you change direction. Okay. Okay. 0 times negative 3, 0. Tak payah tulis. And then minus again. 2 times negative 6, negative 12. So I have to open bracket, negative 12 like this. And then minus negative 2 times 0, 0. Okay. 0 usually I won't write. So I've just done already. That's all. Okay. Now you get 1 over 2 times modulus. 6 plus 12 is 18. And what is modulus 18? 18. And then divide 2, which is 9. So the answer is 9 unit square. Make sure you write unit square because this is area, right? So that's all. Yeah. So the full mark is 3, 5, 7. So 7 marks for this. Okay, hope you understand. Okay, let's do number 6 now. Let's read. A piece of wire 80 cm long. Okay, when you see this thing, it means this is perimeter. Yeah, because the wire length is 80, right? So this is definitely perimeter. It's bent to form the shape as shown in diagram 5. So yeah, the perimeter of this thing is 80 cm. Okay, now it says the shape consists of a semicircular arc. Semicircle means half a circle. Right? Half a circle. It means later the angle here will be 180 degree. And then the radius, I don't know lah. Okay, they say here radius RCM. Okay. And 3 sides of rectangle with height XCM. Okay, let's observe the diagram. So we have 3 sides of rectangle of height XCM. That means this will be a rectangle, right? Okay, so let me, okay, so it's like this lah. So that is like a rectangle, right? Rectangle. So this is the rectangle, and then yang atas, this one is the semicircle, right? Okay, the semicircle radius is R. That means if I tarik satu line from here to here, it will be RCM. If I tarik to here, it will be R also, right? Because they are both radius. And if I tarik to here, what do you think? It will be R also lah, because this is also radius, right? And then this is a rectangle, and we all know rectangle, the opposite side mesti sama panjang one. So it's like kiri kanan sama panjang, atas bawah sama panjang. So that means I know if I know this is XCM, this will automatically be X. So can you tell me what is this? This is not X, This will be 2R because R plus R, 2R like this. Okay. Okay, so far this is my labeling. Now let's see what it says A here. Okay, so soalan A, they says express the area of shape. Okay, I'm assuming is this the whole shape. A in terms of R and pi. So they want to find area, and they want you to use the big A to represent the area of this shape, and but they say in terms of R and pi. So it means they don't want you to find the R. They don't want you to find the R because they want the answer in terms of R, right? Okay, so if you try to find the area of shape, we need to take area of rectangle plus area of semicircle. But let me tell you, you can't do it directly. Okay, later you will know why. I will do it first now. Okay, and then later you understand why you cannot straight away do it. So when you take area of rectangle, it will be base times height, so which is 2rx, right? And then plus with the area of semicircle. Okay, do you know how to find area of circle? Area of circle formula is pi r square. Yeah, this is the formula to find area of one circle. But since this is a semicircle, it means you have to darab with theta over 360. And in this case, the theta is 180. So it becomes pi r square because the r radius is r. And then for the angle, it will be 180. Yeah, because it's like a semicircle, right? So now you end up with 2rx plus this one and this one can cut. You left with 1 over 2, which so you end up with this. But you can tell this is the wrong answer. You know it's wrong. You know it's wrong. Why? Because the soalan asked you to write in terms of r and pi. This one is in terms of r and pi, but it's also in terms of x. So siapa yang kacau sekarang? X yang kacau sekarang. It means the X here, you have to get rid of the X. But you can't just erase like this. Cannot one. Okay? So what you have to do is you have to use this information first actually. Yeah, you have to use the perimeter 80 cm first. And this information they give is for you to find X first. So what I have to do now is I have to stop here already. This one I cannot continue already. What I have to do now is use the perimeter 80 cm to find X first, so that I can ganti inside, so that the X will disappear lah. Alright, so perimeter is 80 means all the outside punya all the outer lines add together is 80 lah. So we all know this is X plus X, which is 2X, and then plus with 2R, right? And then plus with this line. So perimeter only find the outer line. Okay, how to find this line? This is the arc of the semicircle. All right, we call this arc ataupun lengkung. Okay, so if this is the lengkok, the arc, what formula we can use to find this? Okay, we can use r theta. Okay, r theta. So r theta, but the will be the radius, and in this case the radius is r, and then for the theta it will be 180 degree, but you have to put in radian, and 180 in radian is pi. Yeah, 180 in radian is pi. Okay, because one circle 360 is 2 pi, so semicircle is pi, right? And don't forget this whole thing equals 80. And don't forget your mission. Your mission is to find x. Yeah, your mission is to find x so that you can sub inside here later, right? So now we will try to find x. We will jadikan x single. So the way we do it is like this. 2r plus pi r. Okay, let's straight away pindah sana lah. So it becomes like 2x equals, and then 80, the 2r straight away pindah jadi minus 2r, and then minus pi r. And then now you can find your x. Everything divide 2, you end up with 40 minus r minus pi r over 2. So this is your x, and this is the one you sub inside here, right? So when you sub inside, you will write 2r bracket what? 40 minus r minus pi r over 2 tutup bracket plus 1 over 2 pi r square. So now you can see that your answer is in terms of r and pi, which is what the question wants here. In terms of r and pi, you see? R, pi, r. Yeah, it's good, right? But don't stop your answer here lah. Expand lah. You have to expand. Okay, how to expand is like just multiply lah. So it become 80r here minus 2r times r, which is 2r square, minus, okay, the 2 can cut, so you're left with pi r square. And then plus with 1 over 2 pi r square. Okay, this one can we simplify further? Yes, we can do. Because if you look carefully, this one is pi r square, right? So dua-dua ni boleh buat. Okay. But the 80r minus 2r square, that one cannot do already. This one 80r because dia seorang saja yang ada r, and this one also dia seorang saja r square, so tak boleh buat. But this one boleh buat. Macam mana mau buat? Very easy because pi r square, ini depan tak ada number means 1. So we can actually press negative 1 plus 1 over 2 in our calculator. So if you press now, you will get negative 1 over 2. That means negative 1 plus 1 over 2 is negative 1 over 2, and then the pi r square just right beside like this. It means negative pi r square plus 1 over 2 pi r square is negative 1 over 2 pi r square. Okay, and this is your answer, right? And let's write the unit lah. Okay, so this one is area ma, and everything is in cm, so this is in cm square. Okay, so remember to include this in your working. This is also part of your A working. Yeah, it's also the A working. Okay, because without this, you cannot, how you supposed to get here, right? Okay, so this is worth 3 marks. Okay, B I will do. Okay, let's do B here. Okay, let's read. By using pi is 3.142, find the value of r in cm square. Huh? R, how can r be in cm square? Maybe they meant cm. I think this one is cm lah, because radius, how can it be in cm, right? Okay, so find the value of r in cm when the area of surface is maximum. Find the maximum area. So they want you to find two things. They want you to find radius and area. Okay, but then the keyword here is maximum, right? Okay, this is a differentiation question. Whenever you see the word maximum or minimum appear in the differentiation question, you will do this. You will do differentiate equals 0. But in this case, you will differentiate siapa equals 0. Okay, you tengok dia cakap siapa maximum. Dia cakap siapa maximum, apa yang dia cakap maximum, itulah yang you differentiate equals 0. If they say volume maximum, you differentiate volume equals 0. If they say area maximum, you differentiate area equals 0. It depends on siapa yang maximum. So in this case, they say area of surface is maximum. So you will differentiate the area equation equals 0. Don't tell me you differentiate this. No, this is not the area equation. You should differentiate this, because this is the area of surface equation. So you will just do dA dr equals 0 straight away. Alright, and after you do that, then you can get your R already. But don't forget, they also ask for maximum area, right? But it's okay, that one you can sub inside later lah. Okay, so let's do this first. Differentiate A. So when you differentiate dA dr, how you do differentiate ATR? Okay, when you differentiate ATR, you get 80. Okay, and then the next one, how to differentiate negative 2r square? You will take 2 times negative 2, which gives you negative 4, and then power minus 1, which is r lah. R power 1. So just r. Okay, what about this? Minus. Okay, differentiate. You will take power darab depan, power minus 1. 2 times 1 over 2 is 1. So you don't have to write 1, just write pi r. And then after you take the power minus 1, 2 minus 1 is power 1. So tak payah tulis, and then equals 0. And now you can find your r, right? But did you remember they said you can use 3.142. So you can, what we can do is, okay, I can pindah the 4r and pi r to the other side so that it becomes positive. So it becomes 4r plus pi r like this. And then the pi r, I just put 3.142. And then 4 plus 3.142, which is 7.142r equals 80. And now we can find our r. Just press calculator. 80 divide 7.142. Let's press. Okay, my calculator give me, wait, I'm pressing my calculator. Okay, my calculator give me 25.46. 25.46. Okay, wait, let me think. 4 plus 3.142. Okay, wait, I think I made a mistake. 4 plus 3.142 is 7.142. And then 80 divide answer. Okay, okay. I silap tekan just now. So the correct answer here, if you tekan, you get 11.20. Yeah. This is the correct answer. 11.20 cm. So this is the radius when the area is maximum, right? So I already finished the first part of the question, but then they say find the maximum area. So I have to continue lah. That means I will continue here. So to find the area maximum area, you just take the radius maximum, ganti masuk this r, this r, this r, then you will get your area maximum, right? So it becomes what? So we will look at this equation, which is A equals 80 r minus 2r square minus 1 over 2. Okay, pi is 3.142. And then the r square, you just ganti the r later lah. And all this r, you just put in 11.20, 11.20, 11.20. Okay. And then now you just press everything in your calculator and then you get your answer. Okay, I'll press one by one. 80 times 11.2, 896. 2 times 11.2 square, let's press. 250.88. And then the last one is 3.142 divide 2 times 11.2. Okay, I got it. 17.5952. And then just take minus everything. 896 minus 250.88 minus answer. Wait, did I do it? Okay, I forgot to square here. I forgot to press square. So let me tekan again. 11.2 square times 3.142 divided 2. Okay, this one I silap already. This one is 197.06607. Okay, actually this one got many decimal place, but so I just write 2 decimal place. But it's okay because later when I tekan, I'll use the answer button. So I'll just press 896 minus 250.88 minus answer. Okay, if you got press everything correctly, you should get 448.05. And don't forget to write cm square because this is a area, right? Area. Okay, so I think that's it. That's your answer, right? Okay, so I recommend write one more baris for them since they want R and maximum area, right? So I will just write R equals to 11.20 cm, comma, and then another thing is the area maximum. So I'll just write maximum area equals to 448.05 cm square, right? So yeah, this is how you do it. Okay, let's continue. All right, I'm doing number 7 now. So this is a trigonometry question, right? And they ask us to sketch graph. Okay, let's read the question. Using a scale of 2 cm to pi over 4 radian. Okay, let's go to the diagram. Oh, okay, maybe there's a graph paper here, but okay, it's okay, it's okay. All right. If they give you scale like this means they should provide you a graph paper, right? If they give you like Scala 2 cm, right? But I don't see any graph paper here, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I will just like treat it as a sketch question lah. Okay. So I will just do it like a sketching question. Okay. So 2 cm to pi over 4. Oh, by the way, pi over 4 is how many degree? So you will take pi over 4 times 180 over pi. This is how you convert to degree and then cut. And then this one is 90 divided 2, which is 45. That means they want you to use 2 cm to 45. Okay, 45 degree. On the x-axis and 2 cm to 1 unit on the y-axis. Okay. Plot the graph of trigonometric function, this one and this one for 0 until pi on the same axis. Okay. In order to sketch this graph, first the way I teach my student is I will always teach them to conteng dulu. Conteng means like you don't draw the real one first, you just testing dulu. Testing. You testing sebelah sini dulu. So when you testing, you try to why we have to do like testing is because we want to know how the shape of the graph looks like. We need to know the shape first, right? Okay, 1 plus sine 2x means sine 2x plus 1. And what this means is there will be 2 cycle in 360 degree because the x in front here is 2. So it means you have to draw 2 sine graph. and the two sign graph is within 361. It means the period will be 180. It means by the time you reach 180, already finish one cycle. And then by the time you reach here, 360, right? Okay, I know the question only want us to draw until pi, which means they only want us to draw until 180. That means later you will erase off this, right? But don't do that first. Don't erase first. If you erase now, you will get confused. Let's uh, draw everything for 2 pi first. Later, I will erase. Not now, okay? Not now. Okay, so after I do the sine 2x, I still have to do plus 1. Plus 1 means you will take your whole graph, move up, okay? Or you can say like do translation 0, 1. It means you have to take the whole graph, move up 1 unit. Okay, when you do that, what happens is your x-axis will be down here. Because when you move up already, your x-axis will get pushed down, right? Okay, let me write down the amplitude here. The maximum value and minimum value should be 1 and -1. Because there's no number in front here means the maximum and minimum value is 1, -1. And now we have to plus 1, right? So basically what happens is just take all these number plus 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2, 0 plus 1 is 1, -1 plus 1 is 0. So you can see that your 0 is no longer here because your 0 changed to 1 already. So where is your new 0? Your new 0 is here, right? That means this is your new x-axis, right? And it makes sense. It makes sense. Why is it here? Is because your graph move up, right? Your whole graph move up. So obviously your x-axis now is like turun bawah already lah, because your whole graph move up already, right? So this is your answer. Okay, but this is in a like a testing version lah. And I know later I will erase off this part because the soalan want me to draw until pi only, 180 only. Okay, now let's do the testing one for this, which is y equals modulus 2 cos 2x, right? So let me draw a x-axis, y-axis. Okay, I recommend looking at this first, cos 2x, right? So cos 2x means you will draw 2 cos graph. So this is 1 cos graph, 2 cos graph. And obviously it will end at 360 also, which is 2 pi. And then the half of it, this will be pi. Okay, and this time in front here, they got put 2, means the maximum value and minimum value should be 2 and -2. But this time, the other plus minus, they just put modulus. Okay, modulus means you have to reflect the bottom part of the graph ke atas. It means yang ini dengan yang ini, you have to reflect up. Okay, because modulus means like negative become positive. So the negative part of the graph here, you have to reflect up. And when you reflect, you don't draw like this. No, no, no. When you reflect, the distance here should be same one, right? So if the distance bawah here is 2 unit, when you reflect up also, you'll be 2 unit like this. So when you draw, it should look something like this, right? And of course, you will erase off this and you will erase off this, right? Okay, so I think I'm done. I'm done with the sketching, right? But now it's time to draw the real one. Okay, this one is just like I just testing saja. Okay, now I know how the shape lebih kurang looks like already. Now we can draw the real graph. Okay, when we draw the real graph, we have to draw it nicely lah, right? So let's draw our y-axis and our x-axis. So I'll draw it down here. So this is my y-axis. Okay, when I draw my x-axis, if you notice, for this graph, you will only use 0, 1, 2. And for this graph, you also use 0 and 2 only. Because there's nothing down here. Everything reflect up. So I think for the x-axis, I can draw bawah here. Because there's nothing down here, right? And then here I'll write x, and here I'll write y. And then for here, I only need 0, 1, 2. That's all. I don't need anything else. Okay, because here I 0, 1, 2, and then here also use 0 and 2 only. -2, nothing down here. Okay. All right. So that's why lah. Okay. And then for this, do you remember they say 2 cm to 45? So you just assume this is 2 cm lah. So 45, and then 90, 135, 180. But they said they write in radian, so you should write in radian also. So this one is pi, which is 180 lah. Pi is 180. And then this one is pi over 2, which is 90. And this one is 45, which is pi over 4. So 1 over 4, 2 over 4, 3 over 4. And then this one is 4 over 4. Okay. Okay, so remember we only draw until pi 180. So later we will erase off. So we will only take this part, right? Like this, right? In other words, we only taking half of the graph because we don't want the extra part. They only want us to draw until here, right? But it's very important for you to make sure the coordinate, the exact coordinate, right? So you can see carefully this one, the starting is at 1, 0, 1, right? So this is the starting point, right? And when it goes up here, is this 90? Actually, no, this is not 90. Look carefully, like this is 180, right? So the 90 should be here, not here. So you understand, it means when the 90 is here, right? So this is definitely not 90. And let me tell you, this is 45. Okay. So it should be like this. When 90 is 1 like this. And then only the 180 is like this here. Okay. So this point and this point, the maximum point and minimum point should be at here, which is 45, 2. Okay, exactly 45. And then the other one is at 135. And then is at 0. So it will be like this. Okay. So when we draw it, it will look something like this, right? So this is how the sine graph looks like. Okay, let me draw nicely again. So something like this, right? Ayo, let me draw again. Okay, so pi over 4, 2. Okay, let me like atas sikit. Okay, so this one is 2. Okay, so yeah, that's the answer. Okay, okay, so let's write the, okay, this one, let me draw again. So it's like this, like this. Okay, so y equals, what's the equation? 1 plus sine 2x. Okay, so this is how you draw the sine graph. Okay, remember you only draw until 180 only. Okay, that's why it's until here. Okay, actually there's another method. If you're not confident with the coordinate, you can also use another method I teach, which is you take this whole thing, this one, the thing I circle, you ganti 0, 1, -1. Okay, if you do like that, it will be a bit slow, but you will get the exact coordinate here, right? If you do that, right? But I'm not gonna do it because I don't want to drag this video for too long, right? And also for this case, I can determine the coordinate easily. So I just tell you already lah. Okay, now let's do this one. Same thing. We also have to draw this graph, but they already said plot on the same axis. So it's like both graph on the same axis. So this one I have to draw also, but make sure you start with the correct point, which is 0, 2. So this is the first one. And when it goes down here, right? But this is not 90. If you go 90 like this, then it's wrong already. Tengok betul-betul. This one is 180. That means this is 180. This is half of it. So your 90 is here, right? Your 90 is here. That means there's 3 points here, right? 0 to 90 also 2, 180 also 2. That means when the 2 level is here, there's 1 point at 0, 1 point at 90, and another point at 180, right? And then there's 2 more points, and this will be exactly at 45. Okay, yeah, so it's like this, 45 and 45, 0. And then the other one is at 1350, which is here. And the shape have to look exactly like this. That is why I said you have to conteng dulu. That's why you have to, that's why I said you have to testing first, so that you know, like, you have a rough idea how it looks like. All right, so it has to look like this, and then it has to look like this, right? And then the middle part of the graph looks like this. Oops, let me draw again. So looks like this. Okay. Okay, sebenarnya it looks like this one lah. The cost graph looks like this. The reason why it's like that is because modulus already. Because of the modulus, right? Okay. So yeah, something like that. Okay, now we can write the equation. Remember to always write equation. So the equation for this is y equals, what is this? Modulus 2 cos 2x. Okay. So I think that's all. I did everything correctly, right? 2 cm to 45 on y-axis, 0 until pi. So yeah, I did everything nicely. Okay, so that's all. That's the answer. Okay, you don't have to show them this thing, these two things. You don't have to show them this. Okay, but I won't erase so that you can just refer to it. But actually, you don't have to show them this. They will only give you marks here. Okay, based on this. This is just to help us know the shape, and also it will help guide us on how to draw the graph. That's why I do this one first. All right, so I'm just gonna skip to B now. So I'll do my part B down here. Okay, B1. Find the number of solution that satisfy both graph. Okay, number of solution means number of intersection. So the number of solution would be the number of intersection between the two graph. So I can see got 1 intersection, 2 intersection, 3 intersection. So the NOS is 3. That's all. That's all. Number 2, find the translation for trigonometric function y equals 1 plus sine 2x. Okay, this graph, when I draw just now, I got moved up 1 unit because of the plus 1 here. So there is a translation happening, and the translation is 0, 1. Okay, why is it not 1, 0? Because when you gerak atas bawah, it means, because the atas punya number is for horizontal movement. So there is no horizontal movement here. There's only vertical movement. And since you're moving up, that's why it's positive 1. And that is why your answer is 0, 1. Okay? And that's all. Yep, finish already. So 5 marks, 2 marks. Yeah, 7 marks for this. Okay, let's continue with bahagian B. Okay, bahagian B, they say mengandungi 4 soalan, jawab 3. Okay, but I will jawab all 4 soalan. Okay, but in exam, you only choose 3 lah. But I will jawab 4 in this video. Okay, all right, so let's do number 8 now. This is integration, confirm. Okay, diagram 6 shows a shaded region. Okay, I see it. Under the part of curve, y equals kx squared plus 2m. Okay, they label nicely for me, no problem. Where k and m are constant, it means the equation they don't want you to give you. They don't want to give you because it's not complete, the equation here. But it's okay. Let's just see what else they say. Given that the area of shaded region is 34/3. Oh, this one is information. So I think this is very useful. So I should write this down. Area of shaded region equals to 34/3. Okay. Find soalan A, the values of K and M. All right. I see there's a point here. So 2 11s. It means when you, here is 2 lah. And then when you tarik a line like this will be 11. And they want to find K and M, right? Okay, so I think the method is by using area lah, by using this information. Okay, like in using integration method to find the area and then equals to 34/3. But when you integrate to find area of shaded region, you have to check whether your shaded region is in between the curve and x-axis or in between curve and y-axis. Look carefully. Your shaded region is actually in between curve and x-axis. So the formula will be integrate y dx. Okay, if your shaded region is like this, in between curve and x-axis. If your shaded region is in between curve and y-axis, then it will be integrate dy and this will be x already. Then it's a different working lah. Okay, but actually this one let me tell you, you can also integrate towards y, because you can take the area of rectangle minus this part later. Okay, but I won't do that lah because that one a lot of work. Okay, so there's this method is lagi senang. You just integrate using the x-axis, okay, because the shaded region is in between the curve and the x-axis, and this line is already a straight line, so you can find it easily. But make sure you write the number here, the limit here is from 0 to 2, so from 0 to 2, and then don't forget equals to 34/3. Okay, for the y you can put in already. Yeah, the y is the equation of curve, which is kx squared plus 2m, right? So now I will start to integrate this lah. Okay, so when you integrate kx squared, it become kx power 3/3. And when you integrate 2m, it's just 2mx. Okay, because walaupun you tak tahu m berapa, but you don't need to know m to integrate. Because even if you don't know m, you know 2 times m, it will be a number. And when you integrate, you just letak x saja. And then tutup bracket, and then 20 equals 34/3. Now I have to substitute 2 inside the x here and substitute 0 inside here and then minus, right? Okay, when I sub 2 inside, I will get 2 power 3, which is 8k/3 plus 2 times 2m, which is 4m, done. When I sub 0 here, I'll get 0 times k, 0 divided 3, 0, 0 times 2m, 0, 0 plus 0, 0. So done already, and then equals 34/3. And then don't forget, when you minus 0, nothing happens. So you just end up with and 8k/3 plus 4m equals 34/3. Okay, I realized that I can't find my km here because got 2 unknown, right? And when you have 2 unknowns in one equation, you can't find it. Because when you try to find k, the m kacau. When you try to find m, the k kacau. So it's like you are stuck here. So what you should do now is you have to find another equation. You have to find another equation yang ada km. And then take these 2 equations, do simultaneous. Okay, do simultaneous. So how to find another equation yang ada km? Actually, it's quite easy because if you realize the curve got passes through point A to 11. And if the curve got passes through point A, that means you can sub the point inside the equation. And when you sub, it has to be like this. Y equals kx squared plus 2m, right? So when you sub, it's like x is 2, y is 11. So it becomes 11 equals to k bracket square plus 2m. And then for the x, you just sub 2. Oh, sorry, this one is m. So the m stays m lah. Okay. You only sub inside the xy saja. So now it becomes 11 equals 4k plus 2m. Okay. The reason we can sub like this is because got passes through. Because the curve got passes through the point. Kalau ada passes through, memang boleh terus ganti masuk. Okay, now we have this equation and this equation. Now we can do simultaneous. Okay, simultaneous got 2 methods. One is substitution method, penggantian cara. Another one is elimination, penghapusan. So if I am you, first I will get rid of the fraction first lah. So take everything times 3. So because I don't like when got fraction, so it becomes 8k plus 4m times 3, which is 12m. 34, right? 4 times 3 is 34 because you can potong, right? Okay, and then I will look at this 8K 12M and I will look at this 4K 2M. So I can write this soon a bit, make sure it's like the same arrangement. K and then M and then followed by number. This one also K, M number. Okay, I think I will choose to do penghapusan cara. And the way we do penghapusan elimination method is try to make the coefficient of K same ataupun make the number depan M sama. Because when the number depan sama, we can hapus, right? Okay, I will make the K number depan K sama because this one is 8K, right? So I will take this whole equation, I will divide 2, and then I will write it down here. Okay, and the reason I'm doing this is because I want the 8K divide 2 to get 4K. So 8K divide 2, I get 4K. And then 12M divide 2, which is 6M. 34 divide 2, 17. And kenapa saya buat macam tu? Because I know 4K and 4K can hapus minus, right? And then 4K minus 4K is 0 already lah. And then 2 minus 6, which is negative 4M. 11 minus 6, 17 is negative 6. So M is 3 over 2. Okay, so that's why I take everything divide 2. Okay, but actually there's not just one method to find the KM. You can use substitution method also can. You want to hapuskan M also can. Like ada banyak cara. But if you are using my method, the elimination method, make sure the number in front has to be same. If it's not same, you cannot eliminate. You cannot hapus. Okay, after you find M, you still need to find K. And the method is you have to sub inside the original equation. So you can sub into this one. Oh, never mind. You can sub into this one or this one lah. Both works, right? Okay, let's sub into 4K plus 6M 17 lah. So it becomes 4K plus 6 bracket equals 17, and this one is 3 over 2. So you end up with 4K, 6 times 3, 18 divided 2, 9 equals 17, and then K equals to 17 minus 9, which is, I don't know, let's press 17 minus 9, 8, and then divide 4, which is 2. So the answer is 2. Okay, you can use your calculator to help you. All right, so let me just check quickly with the answer. K equals to 2, and then what is my M? So M is 3 over 2. Okay, correct. So this is the answer. Okay, so let's write one time, like one more baris for M. So K equals to 2, comma M equals 3 over 2, and they will give you full mark here lah. All right, so that's yep. Now we can do B, right? Okay, so let's read B. They want to find equation of normal at point A. Okay, this one have to use dy dx. Yeah, this one is under differentiation. It means this question, they mix the differentiation and integration together. Okay. Okay, how to find equation of normal? First, you need to get gradient of normal. Yeah, you need to get gradient of normal. But how to get gradient of normal? You have to get gradient of tangent first. Okay, so let's talk about tangent and normal now. So they already say at point A. So this is point A, right? So let's draw a tangent line that touches the curve at point A. So this is the tangent line, and it will touch the point A. Okay, tangent means like it will touch the curve at one point, and for this case is point A, right? So this line we call it the tangent line. But what is normal line? Normal line will be the line that is perpendicular to this tangent, perpendicular 90 degree, and it will pass through the same point, which is point A, right? So this will be 90 degree, right? So how to find the equation of this line, of this normal line? Well, you need the gradient of this, right? But you can't find the gradient of normal directly. It's not possible. You have to find gradient of tangent. And how you do that is by using dy dx. Because dy dx will give you the gradient tangent. Okay? All right. So what I should do now, I need more space. So how? Okay, I think I need to, uh, I need space. Okay, lah, I'll just do it down here. All right. So I will, oh, sorry. Okay, wait. So what I will do now is I will do it here. Okay, never mind. Okay, I'll just do it here. So B, okay, so B dy dx. So the equation we will differentiate is the equation of curve, but I should write down my equation of curve first. So the equation is y equals kx squared plus 2m. The k is 2, so we already know the k, 2x squared plus 2m, which is plus 2 times 3 over 2, which is 3 lah. Because when you take 2 times 3 over 2, you can cut. So left with 3. Okay, so now this is your equation of curve. Now do dy dx. Find the gf. Find the gradient function first. So when you do dy dx, you get 4x. Because 2 times 2 is 4, and then power minus 1. And when you differentiate, 3 is 0. So you don't have to write that. After you do dy dx, this one we call it the GF, gradient function ataupun gradient curve. To get the gradient tangent MT, you need to substitute inside the x coordinate of the tangent point, which is 2 in this case. So it becomes 4 times 2, which is 8. But I'm not trying to find gradient tangent, I'm trying to find gradient normal. So if my gradient tangent is 8, what is my gradient normal? It will be -1 divided 8. Because when two lines are perpendicular, the m1 times m2 equals to -1. And if you have one of the gradient already, then you can just find the other one, just take -1, divide the m1. So in this case, it is -1 divided 8. That's how I get it, right? Okay, after I get my equation, gradient is not done yet. I have to find equation of normal. So I will just continue here. So the formula we use to find equation is y minus y equals to gradient x minus x. And then the gradient, yeah, you have to put -1/8, right? And for the x1, y1 here, you have to put in a point which passes through the line. Okay, you kena masuk point yang ada passes through lah. So you are trying to find this line. So which point got passes through? 211. So y minus y means y minus 11. X minus x is x minus 2. And for this case, you can just expand it lah. So it becomes like y minus 11 equals to -1/8x, negative times negative positive 2/8, which is 1/4. And then continue here, it will be y equals -1/8x. Okay, the -11 can move here, become +11. So what is 1/4 plus 11? You just press ah. Okay, by calculator, give me 45/4, right? So that's the answer lah. -1/8x plus 45/4. Okay, let me just check quickly with the answer. -1/8 plus. Yeah, correct. So this is the equation of normal at point A. So B done already. A also done already. Okay, for my final part, they want to find what? So this is the last part. Soalan C. Okay, let's read the question. Find the volume. So we have to use the volume formula. In terms of pi, when the region bounded by curve, straight line y equals 6, is revolved through 180 degree about the y-axis. So only revolve 180, not 360. And then about the y-axis. Okay, let's find out where's the region first. So is this are they talking about the shaded region? No, no, they are not talking about shaded region. Because they got mentioned they want the region bounded by curve and y equals 6. So we need to find out where is the curve first. So this is the curve, right? And then where is y equals 6? Somewhere here. Okay, somewhere here, because this one is 11, right? And I know this is not 11. This one is what? This one is we can find it actually, because this is the y-intercept of curve, right? And do you remember the curve equation is 2x squared plus 3? That means the y-intercept should be 3, so this will be 3 lah. And so 6 will be somewhere. Where's 6? 6 will be somewhere in between here. So let's just draw a y equals 6 line, right? And they ask you to find the region bounded by curve and straight line y equals 6. So curve and straight line y equals 6 bounded. Let's think about this. Curve and bounded. So I think they want this region, right? They want this region, right? Because this one is curve, this one y equals 6, right? So I think it's this region, right? Let's think about this. But it's like they never mention y-axis, right? They never mention y-axis. Okay, they never mentioned that. So it's like only these two lines. But if we extend this line, it will look like this on the other side, right? So in other words, I think the region is like this actually. It's not just like half of it, actually it's including the other half. So find the volume when region bounded by curve and straight line y equals 6. So I think the region they are referring is this region right here. So it's like it's not just half of it. It's not just like this. It's actually like the whole thing. And then rotate 180. Yeah, I think that's what they meant, right? And don't forget the number here you have is 11 and 3. Okay, so okay, now we can use the formula to integrate. So it will be volume equals to integrate. Okay, since you are revolving two y-axis, then automatically it's dy here. But then here will be pi x squared. That's the formula for volume. Integrate pi x squared dy. If you revolve x-axis, then it will be pi y squared dx. Okay, that's the formula. Okay, the number you put here will be the number here and here, which is 3 and 11, right? From 3 to 11. Okay, the pi I can letak depan, right? And then I will start to integrate. Yeah, I'll just start to integrate. Okay, so now it becomes what? It becomes integrate 311, and then this one is x square. For the x square, I have to refer the equation of curve here, but I have to pin out a bit. So how to pin out? Y equals to x squared plus 3. That means 2x squared plus 3 equals y. X squared equals to y minus 3 over 2. So it will be y over 2 minus 3 over 2, which is same with 1 over 2y minus 3 over 2. So this is the equation that I have to put inside here. Okay, and since it's already x squared, you don't have to square it. Just write 1 over 2y minus 3 over 2. Okay, okay, now I have to integrate this whole thing, right? Okay, I don't have enough space, so I'm just going to write here equals pi. Okay, when you integrate 1 over 2y, you end up with 1 over 2 bracket y power 2 over 2. The power had to plus 1 when you integrate power plus 1. And then minus, okay, what happens when you integrate a number? You just letak y saja. Okay, because this one is dy. And then don't forget to put 311 here. So now you can sub 11 inside and then tulis the answer here, and then sub 3 inside and then write the answer here, and then tengah-tengah minus. Okay, what happens when you sub 11 here? 11 square will be 121, and then divide 2, which is divide 4, and then minus, all right, 3 over 2 times 11, 3 times 11, which is 33 over 2. Okay, so done. Now for to sub in 3, 3 square is 9. 9 divide 2, which is 9 over 4, minus 3 over 2 times 3, which is 3 times 3, 9 over 2. So now I can use calculator to press 121 over 4 minus 33 over 2. So just press calculator. So let me press, wait for me. Okay, my calculator give me 55 over 4. So this one is the first part. Minus with, what is 9 over 4 minus 9 over 2? My calculator give me negative 9 over 4. So you open a bracket and write negative 9 over 4. It means that here you have to use big bracket lah. Okay, now let's continue here. So equals to pi. Okay, what is 55 over 4 plus? Minus minus become plus. So 55 over 4 plus 9 over 4. So let's press. Okay, my calculator give me 16. 55 plus 9 divide 4. Yeah, 16. So the answer here is 16 pi units cube. Right? Okay, but wait. Did I do anything wrong here? Integrate 6, 3. Wait, let me think. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is not supposed to be 11 lah, yo. Sorry. Here should be 6, right? Yeah, this one should be 6. I draw the line so thick until I can't even, I cannot, I thought it's like 11. So actually it's like only until 6 only, right? Because it's from here to here, right? This is the region. Why I put 11, right? The region is from here to here. So it should be 3 until 6. So I made a careless mistake here. Okay, so let's betulkan. So the 11 should be 6. The 11 should be 6. This should be 6. It means this is not correct. And this is not correct. Okay, but this one is correct. This one is correct. And this one is wrong. This one is wrong. This one is wrong. Okay, so this one becomes 6. This one becomes 6. This one is still, this one is 1 over 2y. Okay, boleh. And then this one is 6, right? So when you ganti masuk 6, it becomes 6 square, which is 36. Divide 4, which is 9. Minus 3 over 2 times 6, which is 18 divided 2, 9. And 9 minus 9 is 0, right? So you end up with 0 plus 9 over 4, which is 9 over 4 pi. 9 over 4 pi. And then you just write units cube lah. Okay? So that's the answer. Yeah, that's the answer. Okay, I know some student will ask me like, hey sir, this one is revolve 180. So I should bahagi 2, right? Times 1 over 2. Okay, actually no need actually. I will not bahagi 2. You know why? Because the region here says region bounded by curve and straight line y equals 6. So if you look carefully, the region bounded by curve and y is already here. So when you rotate 180, it's the same as this thing rotate 360 already. So let me explain it here. So when you take this whole thing, rotate 180, it's the same with saying this region, rotate 360. Okay. So when you write the equation like this, it already means like this already. Dia punya maksud sudah sama macam ni already. It's like you are saying that you are trying to integrate this thing, because when you integrate, you can only integrate until the y-axis. If you are using y-axis, so it's like when you do like that, what you are doing is basically apa, you are finding the volume of this region, revolve 360, revolve 360, right? But if you revolve this 360, it's the same as this. It's the same as the shaded region here, revolve 180, right? Because when you take this one, revolve 180, you will get the same result with this half of it, revolve 360. That's why you don't have to divide two. Okay. So I will stop here, and yeah, this is the answer. 9/4 pi. Okay. Okay, I know the schema bagi line. Okay, but I will stick to my working. Okay, I think this is correct. Okay. But if you have anything you want to ask me, you can ask me in the comment. Okay. But I will stick to my working for now and say that this is the answer. Okay. All right, I will continue. Okay, let's do number 9. Okay, number 9 is a vector question. Diagram 7 shows a triangle OMN. Okay, I see it. OP ratio PN is 4:1, so OP is 4, label. PN is 1. You should always label when we are doing vector question. So done. This one is MS SO ratio 1:2. Okay, MS is 1, label. SO ratio 2. So this is SO, right? Okay, right, 2. Make sure you circle. ON is 15x, label. Okay, when you label for vector, make sure you put the arrow like this. The arrow very important one, and then 15x. Okay, the P kacau, so that's why I draw an extra line and write 15x like this, right? So it means later can I find vector Pn? Yes, just take 15x divide 5. Because here got 4 portion, here got 5 portion. Sorry, here got 4 portion, here got 1 portion. So total 5 portion. So to get 1 portion, you just take 15x divide 5. Lah. But let's not do it first. If the question asks, then only I do it. Okay, Mn is 6y. So this is 6y lah. Hey, that means I can find OM, right? Yeah, I can find OM. Because OM is 15x minus 6y. Because O to M is like ON plus NM. And I have both vector already. Okay. Okay, now let's focus and see what they want. So the soalan wants to find PM vector. So how to find vector P to M? Very easy. Just go PO plus OM lah. But you don't have OM, right? But it's okay. I told you already. You can find it just now. So just go PO plus OM. Okay, what is vector PO? Okay, PO you don't have, but you know PO is a part of NO. Vector PO adalah sebahagian daripada NOs. Okay, it's like a part of NO. So P to O, the portion is 4 out of 5. Because P to O is 4 portion out of 5 portion of NO. Okay, and you have the NO vector. Okay, ON vector is 15x. NO will be negative 15x. And then when you potong, you get 3 times 4, negative 12x, right? But you still have to plus with what? Vector OM, right? And I told you already, vector OM is just ON plus NM. And if you want to do it fast, you can do it fast. Straight away, right? 15x minus 6y. 15x minus 6y. You know why minus, right? Because it's like the arrow, okay, like ON is 15x lah, but NM, like this is 6y ma. But now I'm going to go the opposite direction. So that's why it's minus 6 lah. Okay, now we can write down the 15x minus 6y down here. And then write it again. And then now x dengan x boleh buat. So the answer would be 3x minus 6y. So that will be the answer for question 1. Okay, now I'll do my question 2 here. They want to find vector OS. So let's go and look for OS. So OS is this one? Okay, this is very simple ma, because you already have OM already. OM just now is 15x minus 6y. Okay, so how to find OS? Use the ratio lah. So O to S is a part of OM. OS is a part of OM. OS ni dia sebenarnya sebahagian daripada OM. So how many portion? OS is 2 portion out of 2 plus 1, total 3 portion of OM. And you have the vector OM, which is 15x minus 6y. So masuk je lah. And then you will darab 2/3 lah. 15 times 2, 30 divide 3, 10x. Negative 6 times 2, negative 12 divide 3, negative 4y. So ini jawapan dia. Right? 10x minus 4y. Okay, sudah siap. So this is worth 3 marks. Okay, apa lagi? Bawah. Alright, so I will do my B, part B, I'll do it here. Okay, let's read. It is given that x equals 3i, y equals this. Find magnitude of OS. Okay, if you want to find magnitude, you will use the formula Pythagoras theorem, square root bracket square plus bracket square. But the number inside here, you have to put in the number depan IJ. Yeah, you kena wajib masuk nombor depan IJ. and the nombor depan ij has to be the vector for OS. So do you, it means I have to find vector OS first. Yeah, you cannot find the magnitude of OS. You cannot find the magnitude of OS without finding the OS vector first. So let's find vector OS first. But you want the vector OS to be in terms of ij, yeah? But let's leave it, let's not make it ij first. Let's just make it into xy first. So we all know OS, we find it just now already, is 10x minus 4y. But if you want to make it ij, is easy because they already tell us x is 3i, y is this one. So just ganti masuk je lah. 10 bracket, x is 3i, right? And then minus 4y, and y is negative I plus 2j. And now you will masukkan, you get 30i, negative 4 times negative 1, which is positive 4i, and then minus 8j. And then you get 34i minus 8j, right? 34i minus 8j. Okay, now we can find magnitude. Okay, square root bracket square plus bracket square, and for the bracket here you have to put in number depan ij, which is 34 and negative 8. That is why you have to convert to ij first. Yeah, you cannot masuk like nombor depan xy, cannot one. It has to be ij. Okay, because when you masuk Pythagoras theorem, you have to masukkan the horizontal distance and the vertical distance. That's why it always has to be ij. Okay, now we can press calculator. So what is 34 square plus 8 square? The negative can ignore one lah, because when you square you get positive. All right, my answer here is square root 1220. Okay, let's just square root it lah. Square root 1220. So let's see what the answer give. Write in decimal. 34.9284. Okay, many decimal place. So let's just write 4 significant figure for them. So 34.93, and then units, because this is like a magnitude, like the panjang, right? Okay, so I'll just write units for them. Okay, press yep. Okay, so now we can do C. Okay, my part C, I need space. So let's make this okay. The C, I'll just do it down here. All right. So let's read the question. So the C, they says it is given that PT is HPM. Okay, you cannot label this information, by the way, because they never give us the value of H. If they give us the value of H, contoh like 1/3 like this, then we can label the ratio. PT ratio is 1, PM ratio is 3, because the 3 move here, right? And then like rainbow, okay? But they never give us, so we can't label this, but it's okay. Let's see what else they says. PT is HPM, TS is KNS. Cannot label also. Find the values of H and K. Okay, I always tell my student, if they want you to find H and K, okay, in vector question, if you want to find this, you try to make H and K into one equation. Yeah, you try to make sure your equation have H and K in one equation, right? And how to do that? Okay, if you look at the diagram, tak ada HK. The whole question here tak ada HK. The only tempat yang ada HK is here and here. That means we have to somehow form a new equation yang boleh ada HK dalam. And the method to do it is by looking at these two information. So they mentioned about vector PT and vector TS. So you can see that the PT and TS, so just think about it. You don't even have to look at the diagram. Just think about it. PT, TS. What is the connection here? PT, TS. So imagine going from P to T and then going from T to S. What is the connection here? What is the missing line here? TS, right? So what I will do now is I will write PT plus TS equals to PS. Okay? And the reason why I do like that is so that I can write for the PT, I can write HPM now. And then for the TS, I can write KNS now. And then for the PS, I can refer my diagram. And okay, I don't have the PS, but I can find it actually, because I can just do PO plus OS. And then I can just do it here, right? And then you can see that your equation already have H and K in one equation. Okay? Yeah, in vector memang macam tu. When they ask you to find H and K, you want your H and K in one equation like this. Okay? So, I sudah berjaya lah. I sudah berjaya form a equation yang ada HK dalam satu equation. Okay, now how to find PS is like, you have to find it. Okay, I think you can use PO plus OS. Yeah, and you have both vector actually. Because PO is like, you find it here already, right? PO, which is like 4/5 times this one, which is negative 12x, right? Wait, is it? 5, 3, yeah, negative 12x. That one is PO. But what about OS? OS, you just salin from here lah. OS, this one is OS, right? So it's just plus with 10x minus 4y. So now you can continue from here and you will get negative 12 plus 10 is negative 2x minus 4y. And then on the other side, you just ganti masuk the K and S and then HPM, right? Okay, what is vector PM? I have here already. This one is vector PM. So just put it in 3x minus 6y. And then K and S. And S, do I have it? Okay, I don't have it. Okay, let's find it ourselves lah. So we can go NO plus OS. We all know NO is, okay, ON is 15x. So NO is negative 15x. And then plus with OS I have already 10x minus 4y. Okay, so I need more space. So it will be plus with K bracket, okay, NS ma. So it's NO plus OS, which means negative 15x plus OS, I find it here already, 10x minus 4y. So here I write 10x minus 4y. Okay, this one is x. Huh? Okay, so now you will just solve for this. You will get 3hx minus 6hy minus 15kx. Oh my God. I can't even, okay, I cannot even read my own handwriting. So wait, let me write again. Negative, this one is what? Negative 15x, right? And then plus OS. OS is this one, so plus 10x minus 4y. Like this. Okay. And then equal. Okay. So now when we continue, it should becomes negative 15kx. Okay, no. No, no, no. Because negative 15 plus 10 boleh buat dulu kan? So x dengan x boleh buat. So you should take negative 15x plus 10x, which is negative 5x, and then baru darab k. So which is negative 5kx. And then the negative 4y, you terus darab k. So it becomes negative 4ky. And then equals to negative 2x minus 4y. Okay, sampai sini, you might think that it's very difficult to find h and k because you see that, wow, other h, other k, other x, other y, so many unknown here, right? You might think that it's very difficult to find the h and k. But actually, it's very easy because in vector you can compare. Yeah, in vector you can compare. So what can do is like you can write down factorize the x and y like this so that you can compare with to the other side later, negative 2x minus 4y. So what you can do is like you look at this because and this because they both have x. So what happens when you take out the x? You will have with 3h minus 5k, right? And then this one, you will same thing. You will look at this and this, but you will take out the y, so it becomes negative 6h minus 4k. And why I do like that? Kenapa saya buat macam tu? Because I want to compare the coefficient with the other side later. Yeah. So now you can take the coefficient of x, sama dengan coefficient of x. So it becomes what? It becomes 3h minus 5k equals to negative 2, right? And then for the coefficient of y, negative 6h minus 4k equals to negative 4, right? Okay, so the one I will write down a bit here, negative 6h minus 4k equals to negative 4, okay? And then now you can do simultaneous lah. You can do simultaneous, right? And how to do simultaneous? You can do elimination method and take this equation times 2. Because when you do that, the 3h times 2, 6h, and then later the 6h and negative 6h, you can eliminate the h. You can hapuskan. Okay, 3h times 2 is 6h. Negative 5 times 2 is 10k. Negative 2 and negative 4. And kenapa saya buat macam tu? Because I know 6h, 6h. When I tambah, they will hapus. Okay, so 6h minus 6h, hapus lah, 0. Negative 10 plus minus is minus. So negative 10 minus 4, negative 14k. And then negative 4 plus minus is minus. So negative 4 minus 4 is negative 8. So now you can find your k. It will be 8 divided 14, which is 4 over 7. So your k is 4 over 7. But I still need to find h. So you just substitute back inside the equation. 3h minus 5k equals to negative 2. And then the k now you know already is 4 over 7. So now when you times, you get 3h minus 20 over 7 equals negative 2. And now you can find your h. First you pindah the 20 over 7. So you press calculator, negative 2 plus 20 over 7. So you get 6 over 7, right? So just write there 6 over 7. And then don't forget to divide 3. And if you press calculator, you will get 2 over 7. And that's the answer lah. They want to find h and k, right? So h is 2 over 7. K is 4 over 7. Okay? And that's how you do it. Okay? Okay, sudah siap. So this is worth 10 marks. In section B, is always worth 10 marks for one question, right? So 3, 2, yeah, 10 marks. Okay? Okay, hope you understand. Okay, let's continue. Number 10. So this is obviously a linear law question. So it's worth 10 marks also lah. Because section B, all question worth 10 marks. Okay, let's read the question first. Uh, Table 1 shows the values of variable x, y, x power 2, y over x. So I think it's referring to this, to the table obtained from an experiment. Okay, variable x and y are related by this equation where h and k are constant. A, they say complete the table below. Okay, remember this, when we do linear law question, we have paper 2 linear law question, paper 2, we need to always change the equation to linear form and also do the table, even if the question never asks. Because sometimes the question will never ask us to do these two things. Let me repeat one more time. First step is changing the equation to linear form. Second step is drawing a new table. And sometimes the question never asks us to do these two things, right? Okay, so in this case, the soalan never asks us to change to linear form, right? They straight away ask us to complete table, but I will change to linear form first, right? And for the table part, I don't have to do my own table lah because they already draw for me. So I just find out the value is enough, right? But sometimes they will not tell us to change linear form and they will not ask us to do table. They will straight away ask us to plot graph. But you need to know, even if they never ask you to do these two steps, you have to do it yourself, right? And the two steps you have to remember, it's changing the equation to linear form and also doing a new table. Okay, so now what I will do is I will not do A, I will just change the equation to linear form, right? It means I want to change to y equals mx plus c, all right? And why you have to do this first? Okay, even if the question never asks you have to do this first, is because if you don't do this, later you cannot do your part C. Because part C, they ask you to find h and k, right? And if you don't change to linear form, you will not know what is your gradient and what is your y-intercept, and you cannot find your hk later. Okay, all right, so now my job is to change this equation to y equals mx plus c. Okay, we can do that by referring what's the y-axis and x-axis. We can straight away look at the part B, because part B, they will tell us plot siapa against siapa, right? So y over x melawan x squared. That means they want the y-axis to be y over x, and they want the x-axis to be x squared. So now my job is to make sure my equation punya y sama dengan y-axis ini, right? So you can see now it's tak sama because now it's 6y, but I want it to be y over x. So the 6 I tamau, right? So if the 6 I tamau, I just divide by 6. And when I divide everything by 6, you will end up with y equals to h plus 2 over 6 x power 3 minus k over 6x. Okay, the x you can write beside like this. Okay, you can write in the middle beside like this, because when you write like this means dia atas punya. But it's still not same with the equation, not same with the y-axis. So what we have to do is you have to divide x. Okay, so semua bahagi x. So just put a bracket like this, everything divide x. So when you bahagi x semua, you get y over x. This one, when you bahagi x, you get h plus 2 over 6 x square. Right? Because power 3, when you divide x, you tinggal x power 2 minus k over 6. Okay, the x hilang already lah because you divide x. So this is your linear form because your equation sudah sama dengan y-axis. And not only that, your x-axis also sama. That means your gradient and y-intercept will be h plus 2 over 6 and negative k over 6. All right? And you need this later to do part C. Okay, after you change to linear form, you can write y equals mx plus c. So the y-axis is already matched with the matched with the y-axis, and the x-axis is already matched already. So the gradient later, we need to take this for our gradient, h plus 2 over 6. And then for the y-intercept, it will be negative k over 6, right? And I repeat one more time, you need this to do part C later. Because later when you do part C, you have to write h plus 2 over 6 equals gradient. And then for the y-intercept, okay, I forgot what is it. So h plus 2 over 6, and then the other one is negative k over 6 equals to the y-intercept. And then for the y-intercept, I will just use the y capital letter, y huruf besar. Okay? Yeah, you have to use capital letter because the y-axis is not y. It's y over x, right? So that's why. Okay, so now it becomes h plus 2 over 6 equals gradient, negative k over 6 equals y-intercept. And you cannot find out this first because you haven't drawn your graph. So later, after you draw your graph, you have to find your gradient and y-intercept from the graph to sub inside here, and then times 6 minus 2, then you get your h. And then this one is like times 6, and then tukar tanda lah because you pindah negative, right? But for now, I will just, I need to draw graph, right? Or no, do table first. Yeah, do table first, right? Because without the table, you need a table for x square y over x. right? Then only you can draw your graph, because your graph now is y over x against x squared. So let's try to find out all these values. Okay, first of all, I can see that this is x squared, right? That means to get this, I simply have to take the atas punya number square. So 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9. So this is definitely 3.5 square. So you can just press calculator and see what the calculator give you. Okay, let me press. 12.25. Remember to write two decimal place, because for graph question, when you do write down the coordinate, or maybe like when you do graph question, when you want to plot the point, you always write two decimal place. Okay, always, always. All right, what about this one, right? So even though we don't know this, but we do know that this number square will give you 16. So what number square you get 16? 4 lah. So that's why it's 4.00, right? Okay, now let's focus on the y-axis. So this is y over x. So that means if I want to get this value, I need to take the y divided by x. Then only I can get y over x. So you just press negative 0.17 divide 1. But we know when you divide 1, nothing will happen. So it's same lah, negative 0.17. Okay, this one I will leave it first. Let's calculate this. How to get this? You take the y over x, which is 3.5 divide 3. So you just press 1.1666. Okay, just write two decimal place. So it will be 1.17. Okay, please write two decimal place when you do graph question. Okay, okay, this one, well, it will be y over x, so 9.33 divided 4. So just press. Okay, my calculator give me 2.3325. So if you write in two decimal place, it will be 2.33. Okay, now for my last value is this one. Okay, this one is the y. But we know that this y, when you divide by x, which is 2, will give you 0.34. So to get y, you simply have to pindah and then just tekan 0.34 times 2. Times, not divide. Okay, my calculator give me 0.68. And that's all. That's how you complete the table. Okay, so I'll erase this, because this is like not important. Okay, so that's how you complete the table. And now we can move on to the graph part, right? So now we can do part B, right? Okay, part B says plot y over x against x squared. So later we have to use this table, this one, not the atas one. Okay, no. All right, so we have to use the bawah punya table using a scale 2 cm to 5 on x squared, 2 cm to 0.5 on y over x, hence draw the line of best fit. Okay, before I go to the graph paper, let's look at the scale and see whether where we should put our origin first. So you can see that all the value here is positive, except this value, negative 0.17. And if I put my, I actually can put my 0 at the bottom left. Okay, I can put it at bawah kiri, because they said 2 cm to 5 on x squared. It means here will be 5, 10, 15 until what's the highest value? 25, right? So you can reach there like just 5 kotak, right? By the time you reach 25, you already use 5 kotak. So it's like good lah, 5 times 5. And then for the y-axis is 0.5, right? But the highest value, it can go until where? 3.83. So you think I think I have to go until 4.0. You agree, right? Because 0.5, 1.0, 1.5 until 4 lah. But there's a negative 0.17, so I recommend you use 1 kotak down here to put negative 0.5. And it's enough already, because negative 0.17 is like somewhere in between here, right? So later your first point will be here, and then it will go out like this. And then your y-intercept will be somewhere down here, right? So make sure you leave some space down here so that you can read your, so that you can butcher your y-intercept. Because sometimes okay, because sometimes if you don't make enough space, what happens is like your y-intercept will be down here. It's like already outside the graph paper, and you cannot read your graph, and then you cannot read your y-intercept. And if you cannot read your y-intercept, you cannot do your part C later, because part C later you need the y-intercept. So to prevent that, I will try to be safe and leave some extra space here. Even though I know my lowest point is negative 0.17, but I will make some space here so that later I can read the y-intercept. Okay, all right. So now I'll go to the graph paper and draw my axis. So this is my graph paper. For the 0, I will not place it down here. I will not do that. Okay, I will not do that, because if you do that later, your y-intercept will be down here and you cannot read, and that's not good. So I will put it up a bit, like maybe here. Yeah, I think I'll put it here, and then this will be negative 0.5, and later my first point will be like somewhere 0.17. So I think it's like somewhere here lah, somewhere here, right? And yeah, you can read. You already make space to butcher the y-intercept, right? So yeah, okay, now it will be 0.5, 1.0, 1.5 until 4. Yeah, I have to go until 4. So 2.0, 2.5, 3.0, 3.5, and then the last one is 4.0. And don't forget, this is the y over x axis, right? So y over x. Okay, and then the other part, the other axis would be how many unit? 5, right? Yeah, the soalan says they want us to use 5 unit. 2 cm, 5 unit. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and then it's enough already. And this one is x square. Yeah, x square. Okay, now it's time to draw the axis. So I'll draw like this. And then the other axis, it would be like this. Okay, so this is the axis. Okay, you can write the tajuk now. All right. I know sometimes student they will write the tajuk last kali baru dia tulis itu tajuk, but you can write it now also. If you write it now, then later you don't have to write it. So the tajuk, the title will be graph of y over x against x square. Okay, actually you can write this tajuk later. You want to write also can, right? You can write this later can also, but I'll just write it now lah. Okay, so done already. Now we can start to plot the points and then draw the line of best fit. Okay, let's make this smaller. Okay, maybe big a bit. Okay, like that. Okay, now we can go to the table and start plotting the points. Okay, the first point, 1 negative 0.17. Okay, first of all, 1 is very easy. 1 is just 0 and then tambah 2 kotak. Okay, this is 1. Okay, because from here to here, the difference is 5. So to get 1 kotak, you just have to take 5 divide 10, which is 0.5. That means 1 kotak is 0.5. This is for x-axis. For x-axis, 1 kotak is 0.5. So 2 kotak will be 0.5 times 2, which is 1, 1.0. Then what about for y-axis? Okay, for y-axis, the difference here to here is 0.5, right? Because every time you naik, you tambah 0.5 and so on. So one small kotak will be 0.5 divide 10, which is 0.05. And then 2 kotak will give you 0.1. So I repeat one more time. For x-axis, every time you tambah 2 kotak, you have to plus 1. But for y-axis, every time you tambah 2 kotak, you have to tambah 0.1. Okay, everything is written here. Okay, now we can try to find 1. So 1 is simply just 0 tambah 2 kotak. But negative 0.17, okay, very easy. You turun 2 kotak, it will be negative 0.1. And if you turun lagi 2, it will be negative 0.2. Then you don't turun 2, you turun 1. So this would be negative 0.15, and 17 is like somewhere in middle, in like halfway here. Okay, so this is the point. So I repeat one more time. 0 tambah 2 kotak is 1.0. Okay, but you want to turun sampai negative 0.17. So turun 2 kotak is negative 1.0. If you turun lagi 2, it will be negative, sorry, turun 2 is negative 0.1. Turun lagi 2 is negative 0.2. So you naik sikit lah. Negative 0.2 naik sikit. Or you can say naik half. Then it's negative 0.17. Okay. So remember, for y-axis, dua kotak is 0.1. Okay. So this is how you do it. Okay. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 2, and 3.5. Okay. So yeah, that's all. Right. Okay. Now let's plot the next point. Next point is 4, 0.34. So let's find 4, 0.34. Okay. 4 is here, which is 5 minus 2 kotak. Yeah, 5 minus 2 kotak. Okay. And then 0.34, where is 0.34? Okay, you can naik sampai 0.5 first. 0.5 turun 2 is 0.4, because minus 0.1. And then turun lagi 2 is 0.3. And then 0.3 naik 1 is 0.35. And I don't want that. I want 0.34, so I will go here, right? It means 0.5 turun 3 kotak is 0.35. And then you turun sikit lah. Yeah, you turun sikit, it will be 0.34. Okay, so this is the point. So it will be 0. Let me check. 0.4, 4 is here lah, correct. And then 0.5 turun 2 is 0.4, turun lagi 1 0.35. So 34 is like lebih kurang here lah. Okay, just lebih kurang lah, because this is 0.35, this one is 0.3. So 0.34 is like just lebih kurang here lah. Okay, there's no lines here, so it just like agak-agak lah. Okay, so next point. Next point is 9 1.17. Okay, let's do it. Where's 9 1.17? 9 is just 10 minus 2 kotak. And then 1.17 is just 1.0. Okay, 1.0 plus 2 kotak is 1.1. If I naik lagi 2 is 1.2. Then turun sikit lah. So this is your point. Okay. So let me check again. 9 is 10 minus 2 kotak. Yes. And then 1.17 is just 1.1. And then 1.15 naik sikit. Okay. Or you can say like 1.2 turun sikit. Turun half. Lebih kurang. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, good enough. Next one. 12.25, 1.71. Okay, 12.25, 1.71. Mana tu? 12.25 is at okay, we all know 12 and 15 middle is 12.5, right? So 12.5, if I minus satu kotak, it will be 12. Yeah, it will be 12 because one kotak is 0.5. Okay, so here is 12.5, right? But you minus satu is 12. But if you want 12.25, it should be exactly like middle lah. It's like 12 and 12.5 middle here. All right. And what's the y coordinate? I forgot. So let's think about it. I think it's 1.71. Okay, so where's 1.71? So we already know 12.25 is here. 1.71 is just 1.5 plus 2 quarter is 1.6 plus 2 quarter is 1.7. 1.71 is just like up a bit. So it's like lebih kurang here lah. Okay, let me check again. 12.25. So 10, 11, 12, 12.5, 12.25. Yeah, correct here. And then 1.7. So 1.6, 1.7. Yeah, it's correct. Yeah, it's good enough. Okay, so this one is the answer. Okay, so 1.8, 1.9. Yeah, betul. 9, 1.8, 1.7. Yeah, correct lah. Okay, so done. Now let's do the next point. So 16, 2.33. Okay, where is 16, 2.33? 16 is just 15 plus 2 kotak. And then 2.33 is just 2.5. 2.5 turun 2 kotak is 2.4. Turun lagi 2 is 2.3. Then what if 2.3 naik 1? It'll be 2.35. So 33 is just somewhere in between here lah. Somewhere in between 2.3 and 2.35. Because I want 2.33, right? So let's check again. 16, which is 15 plus 2 kotak, and then 2.3, which is 2.3 naik sikit. Yeah, 2.3 naik. Yeah, betul lah. Okay, now at the last point already, 25, 3.83. So let's finish it. 25, 3.83. 25 is here, very easy. 3.8 ah. Okay, you go until 4. Turun 2 is 3.9. Turun lagi 2 is 3.8. What is 3.8? Naik 1 is 3.85. So 83 ah. 3.83 is like somewhere in naik sikit lah. Means 3.8 naik sikit. Because 3.8 naik 1 is 3.85. So it's like somewhere in between them, right? Okay, so that's it. Now we can draw the line of best fit. Okay, when we draw line of best fit, we have to make sure our line touches the most point. So we have to adjust our ruler so that it touches the most point, paling banyak point. It's okay if you sentuh semua point, but make sure it touches the most point. So I will start from here and I'll try to put a pembaris and okay, well, actually you can touch all the points, right? If you adjust a bit, right? So yeah, so it's good lah. You don't have to adjust, right? So you can touch all the point is good, right? So try to adjust a bit, make it like sentuh, like try to make it like sentuh most points. Okay, I think I will draw it like this, and it's really good because it's touches most points, right? Okay, actually this one got touch also. It's just that okay. Let me plot this point again. So what is the first point? The first point is 1 negative 0.17. So let's do it. 1 negative 0.17. Let me make it bigger. So 1 is here, ma. Negative 0.15 is here. So 17. Yeah. Oh, sorry. So negative 0.17 is like somewhere in between here, lah. Right? So is that 1, and then 1 is 0 tambah 2 kotak. And then turun 2 is negative 0.1. Turun 2 is negative 0.2. So this is negative 0.15. So 17 is like sikit here. Okay. So yeah, actually you can make the line touches all the points. Okay. Okay, so this is my graph. Of course, this one you don't have to show them. This one, the one I write beside here, this one no need to show them. I'll just erase this. Okay. Okay, so done already. And make sure you draw until y-axis. Okay, because later you need to butcher the y inside. Okay, now we can proceed. Now we can continue. So draw the line of best fit, 3 marks. Okay, done. Okay, now it's time to find the gradient and y-intercept. Okay, let's do the gradient first. So when you find gradient from the graph, you need two coordinates. Okay, you have to choose two coordinates on the line, right? And the formula for gradient is y minus y divide x minus x. So you can see that the bawah, you have to take the difference for the x value. So I will try to make sure the difference x is like 2, 5, or 10. Because these numbers are easy to divide. Because later you have to divide this number, right? So when you divide by 2, 5, 10, then you will get like a nice answer lah. Okay, like your answer will look more nice if you divide by 2, 5, or 10. But if you divide by 3, 7, then you might end up with like many decimal place and then you have to round off, right? So if you look at here, 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So I can make the difference 20. Because if I do that, then when you divide by 20, 20 is an easy number to bahagi. Okay, so it's good to take the difference 20. So what I'll do is I'll take 0 to 20. So my first point I take is here, which is when x is 0. And then the other point I'll take is when x is 20, 20 here. Okay, so it will be 20 and then this will be 3.0. Okay, some student might ask like, hey sir, what if I take 0 until 25? Can also. Then later you will divide 25 lah. But I don't like it when divide by 25 because 25 is not a good number to divide. But 20 is like, when you divide 20, you will get like a good looking answer, right? Or you want to take 0 until 10 also can. Okay, but usually I recommend the triangle to be like lagi besar, lagi accurate. If your triangle lagi besar, then lagi accurate. So I will try to take 0 to 20 for this. Okay, and then this point, let's baca now. 0.5, if I tambah dua kotak, it will be negative 0.4. And then tambah lagi satu is negative 0.35. Right? So you just baca normally lah. Okay, and don't forget to draw the triangle. Yeah, you have to join these 2 points and draw a triangle like this. Okay, so it will look like this. Use ruler lah. Okay, use ruler to draw a right angle triangle and then join them here and then put 90 degree. Okay, now you have these two coordinates. I think now you can find the gradient. Formula y minus y. So negative 0.35 minus 3 over 0 minus 20. Let's write it in the working. Negative 0.35 minus 3. Negative 0.35 minus 3 over 0 minus 20. Okay. All right, let's press this in my calculator. Negative 0.35 and then divide negative 20, right? Okay, my calculator give me gradient is 0.0175. Okay, 0.0175. And then now I can find my, but this is h plus 2 over 6. So I need to find h, right? So I think I have to pindah. Wait, did I baca the point correctly? Let me try again. Okay, this one 23.0. So the formula is negative 0.35 minus 3, right? Okay, did I do it correctly? Okay, let's press again. Negative 0.35 minus 3 divide negative 20. Okay, I think I silap tekan. I silap tekan. This one is, I silap tekan already. So yeah, this one I silap tekan. So if you tekan this correctly, you will get 0.1675. Yeah. I silap tekan. Okay, so now to get h, you have to take the gradient. This is not the answer. This is the gradient of the line, but this is not the answer. Because you still have to find h. And the gradient is not h. The gradient is h plus 2 over 6. So you have to take the 0.1675 times 6 dulu and then baru plus 2. Right? Minus 2, sorry. Minus 2. Okay. So now you have to take the answer times 6 minus 2. So use your calculator. Okay, my calculator give me negative 0.995. Okay, for this, I'll just write banyak-banyak decimal place. Because this one is like they will check with the schema, right? So it's better to write more. Okay, my calculator just give me like this. Okay, so I cannot write like this is the answer just stop here already. So I will just leave it like this. Okay. Okay. Can I write negative 1.00? Like try to round off, make it 1.00. Okay, I don't recommend. Yeah, I don't recommend to do it like this. Because this answer later they will check with the schema. So I don't recommend you to because if you write negative 1.00 means you round off, right? And I don't recommend. Yeah. Actually, the more decimal place you write, the better. Okay, especially for this answer because they will check with they will compare your answer with the schema answer. So I will just leave it like this. Okay. All right. For the y-intercept, we already know just now is negative 0.35. And now you can pinna the 6. So it becomes negative 0.35 times 6. Just use calculator. Okay, my calculator give me negative 2.1. So what is your K? Your K would be pinna negative, means tukar tanda, so it will be 2.1. So this is your K answer, this is your H answer. All right, I'm looking at the schema. The schema K answer same with me, but this answer is not same. But actually it's like, okay, the schema answer is negative 1.0052 because the schema punya gradient is 0.1658. But I want you to know 0.165 and 0.1675, the difference is very small. The difference is very small. If you use calculator to minus, you will get, what's the difference? Let me press. The difference is 0.0017. Like the Basel, my gradient answer and the Basel gradient answer is like 0.0017. So the difference sangat kecil, and it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. For linear law question, it's fine to not get exactly same with the schema, because in they will give you a range one. They will accept the answer if it's close to the actual answer. Okay, because for linear law memang macam tu. Yeah. So this considered correct. Okay, and then my H answer also, yeah, it's correct. Okay, the schema give you 1.00, right? But do you know 1.00 and 0.995, the difference is very small. Okay, let me press 1.0052 minus 0.995. The difference is like 0.01. Like my answer and the schema answer, the punya beza is like 0.01. So like just like the difference is very small. Okay, and it's fine. Yeah, for linear law memang boleh macam tu. They will accept your answer if it's near to the schema answer. Okay, but don't make it like don't make sure the difference is not too big. Make sure it's uh like lebih kurang sama dengan skema lah. Jangan jauh sangat dengan jawapan skema. Right? Okay, I will continue with number 11 now. 11 is a probability distribution. Yeah. So let's go. Number 11A, Afham and Husna are a teaching couple assigned to Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Bahagia. Okay, I don't care. Number one, if Afham and Husna have 3 children, okay, 3 children, find the probability that they have at least one son and one daughter. Okay, when we do probability distribution question, I always tell my student first step is to check whether it's a binomial distribution or normal distribution. If it's binomial, you have to use the binomial formula. If it's normal distribution, then you have to use jadwal, right? And this one is a binomial. Because how you know is because you never see the word normal here. So B is a normal. Okay, is it? Yeah, yeah. You see, B got say normal here. So B is normal distribution. A is binomial. So we have to use the binomial distribution formula to do this. Okay, I will tell you what is the binomial distribution formula. So binomial distribution, under binomial, you learn 4 formulas. First formula is the probability formula. NCX, P power X, Q power N minus X. Second formula you learn in binomial is the mean formula, NP. And then variance formula is NPQ. Standard deviation is square root NPQ. So these are all the formulas you learn under binomial. And later we will use one of these formula to do this. Okay, the question A1 asks us to find probability, right? So very obvious I need to use this formula. But before you use this formula, you need to know your N, P, and Q. If you don't have your N, P, Q, how you supposed to put in this formula later? So the N I already know is 3 because they said total got 3 children. And then they say find believe that they have at least one son and one daughter. Okay, you don't look at the at least first. Don't look at this word first. Just look at one son, one daughter. So what it means here? It means they want to find probability of one son plus, okay, never mind. Probability of one daughter. What does it mean? Okay, so 3 children, right? So 3 children. So let's write down all the possibilities. So 3 children. So you might end up with like so you either get son or daughter, right? So you might get like 3 son, 0 daughter, right? It's possible. Or maybe 2 son, 1 daughter, or maybe 1 son, uh 2 daughter, or maybe 0 son, 3 daughter, right? But they want at least one son and one daughter. It means they want the probability of which one? At least one son and one daughter. So this one cannot lah. This one tak boleh ambil. Because they already said mesti have at least one son, one daughter. This one also tak boleh ambil. So I think I have to take the probability of this tambah dengan probability of this. Right? So what we can do is we can make the probability of success. Jadi dia jadikan probability of success probability of son. You faham kan? It means I make the, if son means success. Okay, but if you want to make daughter success also can. You'll get the same answer, right? So I jadikan son is success. And we all know the probability is either son or daughter, so the probability will be 0.5 for both. So it'll be 0.5, 0.5. But keep in mind, I jadikan son the probability of success. Daughter is the failure, probability of failure, right? So now I have to find probability of two son and one son and then tambah. Okay? But actually, you want to do it the other way also can. You want to make the daughter success and then cari probability of one daughter and two daughter, can also, you get the same answer. Okay, so what is your x first? Your x can be 0, 1, 2, 3. It means out of 3 children, maybe 0 success. 0 success means 0 son. Or maybe 1 success, 1 son, or 2 son, or 3 son. But I'm trying to find px equals 2 and px equals 1. Yeah, this is what I'm trying to find now. Okay, 2 son and 1 son. And then we tambah lah, because then we will get the total probability. Okay, all right. The formula is NCX, so 3C2, and then bracket, bracket. This one masuk P, this one masuk Q, and this one is power 2, power 1. Okay, next one, same thing, 3C1, 0.5, 0.5, power 1, power 2, and 3 minus 1. Okay, now we just press calculator, and then we will get the answer. Okay, 3 times 0.5 square times 0.5. Okay, my calculator give me 0.375. And then don't forget to plus 3 times 0.5 times 0.5 square. Oh, 0.375 also. So now when you plus, you will get the final answer. Okay, my calculator give me 0.75. And that means that's the probability. That's the answer. The probability that they have at least one son, one daughter is this. Okay, that's all. Okay. Okay, so that's it. Let's do number 2. Okay, I need space. So I will erase this. Erase, 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 erase. Okay, let's do B here. So B, I'll do it here. Okay, let's read the question first. Okay, B, not B lah, I mean A2. A2. Okay, A2 says what? In this school, there are 20 families who each have 3 children. So each family got 3 children and there's 20 families. Find the mean and standard deviation of probability distribution that has at least one son, one daughter. Well, I told you already, this is binomial distribution soalan. And the formula you learn under binomial is these 4 formulas. So which formula do you think I will use for this question? They said want to find standard deviation and mean, right? So obviously you use the mean and standard deviation formula lah. Okay, what is the mean formula? N times P, and the N they give you already, 20. Okay, 20. But this time your probability of success P is not 0.5. No, 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 it's not 0.5. Because I told you already, this time the experiment is like every family have 3 children. And the probability of success will be probability of having at least one son and one daughter. So the P probability of success will be 0.75. Because this time the experiment is only considered success if they have at least one son and one daughter, right? That means the probability of success will be 0.75, which is the probability of having at least one son, one daughter. That is why it's like this. Okay, this one, if you press, I think you'll get 15. Okay, so the mean is 15. But they also ask us to find standard deviation, so let's do that. Formula, use this NPQ, square root NPQ, so 20 times 0.75. Okay, if the probability of success is 0.75, the failure would be 0.25. How you get this is just 1 minus 0.75. And you just press all this in your calculator, then you will get your answer. Okay, wait for me. Let me press. Okay, I'm done. My calculator give me 1.936. So write in 4 significant figure. 1.936. And that's all. So, but it's not finished yet. This is only part A. Okay, this one is part A too. Okay, I still have to do part B. Part B is normal distribution. Okay, let's do part B. Diagram 8 shows a graph of probability distribution for a random variable x normally distributed with a variance 64. So when you see the word normal, normally, it means this is normal distribution and you cannot use all these formulas. Cannot. This one is only binomial can use, right? So for normal distribution, you need to refer the jadwal, the Z value table, right? So later we need to keluarkan the Z value table lah. But it's okay. For now, let's read the question first. So they give us variance 64, right? Okay, if they give you variance, you should find the standard deviation. If it's a normal distribution question, right? Yeah, you should find the standard deviation. And the formula is like just square root 64 and you will get 8. Okay. Why I find the standard deviation right away is because when you're doing normal distribution, you will always convert the x to z. And the formula to convert x to z is like this. X minus mean bahagi standard deviation. That means in normal distribution, we don't care about variance. In normal distribution, in normal distribution only, we don't really care about variance. We want the standard deviation and mean. Yeah. Okay, and then they say the graph is symmetric on the axis symmetry PQ. So if this is axis of symmetry, means this is the mean. The mean will always be at the x the like the axis of symmetry. So the mean I know already is 8. So I have the mean, I have the standard deviation. Sorry, mean is 45. So the mean is 45, standard deviation bit 8. And we need these two things later to convert x to z, right? Okay, now let's see what else it says here. So number one, if the z score is negative 304, x equals m, find the value of m. Well, use this formula lah. So the z score is negative 304, right? So negative 304 equals to x minus mean divided standard deviation. Okay, because I'm using this formula. But they say the x is m, right? So I think the x also you can just write m like this. Okay, now you can find your m. First, you times 8 first. So it'll be m minus 45. Okay, what is negative 304 times 8? Negative 6. Okay, you can use your calculator. And then negative 6 plus 45, 39. So what is your m? 39. Okay, okay, done already. So that's it. Okay, let's do my number 2. I will do it here. So they said find the area of shaded region. Okay, find area means find probability. Area and probability is the same thing in this chapter lah. In this chapter. So when they say find area of shaded region, it means find probability. And you need the Z value table for this, right? But first, let's write down what probability they want first. So they want to find probability from here to here. That means they want to find Px in between, because you can see that the shaded region is in between M and 55, and the M is 39. So 39, 55 like this. All right. But before we look at the Z value table, you need to convert to Z first. And the formula is by taking x minus mean divided standard deviation. But we already know the Z score for M39 is negative 3/4, which is negative 0.75. So we don't have to waste time. Just write it lah. And then for the other, this one, just write Z now. And then 55 also have to change to Z. So we have to minus mean, which is 45, and then divide by standard deviation 8 like this. Okay. All right. So now you get P negative 0.75, and then this one is Z. Okay. This one, when you tekan, what is 10 divided 8? 1.25, right? So you will just write 1.25. And now we have to use our Z value table to get the area. But before that, if you look at this, you realize that it's like because you have to take 1 minus. Yeah, you have to take 1 minus. Okay. So the way I teach my student is you have to look case first. Okay. You can only tengok jadual. You can only look at the Z value table when it's Z bigger positive. If it's Z bigger positive, then only you can baca jadual. So if it's like Z in between like this, you cannot. So what you can do is you can sketch. You can look case. So you look case, and we all know the Z value is negative 0.75. So is at the left side, and then 1.25 is at the right side. And then if you garis, this is your shaded region. This is the probability, the area of the region you're trying to find. And the way I teach my student is like, if the shaded region cross over, ataupun the shaded region already cross over the y-axis like this, you should take 1 minus. Because 1 is the total area for the whole thing. So you will take 1 minus yang you tamau. Yang you tamau is this one, the red color part, right? So 1 minus what? This one and this one. Okay, this will be the probability for x smaller than negative 0. Why smaller? Because it's the left side. You don't want the left side. Okay. And then minus again with the right side, which is pz bigger, because you don't want the bigger. So you're trying to find the bigger 1.25. Okay. Okay, I know the question don't want the left side and the right side. That's why I find it so that I can minus. So that I can take 1 minus this, right? Okay, I told you already, only bigger positive boleh tengok jadual. So if it's smaller negative, okay, smaller negative, you can flip jadi bigger positive. Because the bell-shaped curve is symmetrical. So if I say smaller than negative 0.75, if you flip the other side, it will become bigger 0.75. In other words, smaller than negative 0.75 is the same as bigger than negative 0.7 because it's symmetrical. Yeah, so the area is like same on both sides. But you can only flip like this when it's smaller negative. If bigger negative, don't do like that, please. Okay? So smaller negative, then you can, yeah, you can flip jadi bigger positive. And then what about this one? Okay, this one is already PZ bigger positive. So you can straight away tengok you punya Z value table. So imagine this is your table, and just go to 1.2, and then just go 5, and then just baca the answer will be here. Okay. All right. I think they never provide the Z value table in this set, so I need to I need to pinjam from another state paper. So you wait for me, I will try to find it now. Okay, so let me open up the file. Okay, so let me open it. Okay, let me just try using this. Wait, okay, so is there any exact value table here? Uh, oh, yeah, it's here. All right, so let's go and find it. So this is the exact value table, 1.25, right? So let's go 1.25. So this is 1.25. 5 is this one lah. So 1.2 and then 5, right? So this is the answer, 0.1056. So let's go back. Let's go back and then write 0.1056. Okay, so that's the probability, or you can say like the area of this region. Okay, but this region later we don't want, we have to minus. Okay, next step, 1 minus. Okay, this one we can refer jadwal later. And then the 1.056, just write it here. Okay, what is PZ bigger 0.75? Same thing, you just go to your Z value table. This time you go and find 0.75 and then just baca the answer. Okay, so you have to tengok dekat luar, baca dari luar. Because you have the Z value, right? So 0.75, this one lah. So 0.75. Okay, so this is the answer. 0.2266 is the probability. 2266. So go back to the working and write 0.2266. And now just take 1 minus everything, then you will get your final answer. So let's press 1 minus 0.266 minus 0.1056. Okay, I'm done. My calculator give me 0.6678. So that is the probability for the shaded region. Okay, it's the probability, and at the same time it's also the area. Area and probability is the same thing. Okay, so they asked us to find area, right? So this is the answer. Okay, so that's yep. Now let's do number 3. I will do it down here. Okay, if X represents the marks obtained by 180 from 5 students in an exam, calculate the number of students whose marks are less than 33 marks. Okay, what's the meaning here? So what is 180 first of all? 180 is the total, right? Yeah, the total number of students. So this one I'll call it NS. Okay, I'll call it NS. Later I'll tell you, later I'll explain why I write NS here. For now, let's find the probability of mark less than 33. So PX less than 33. Because they said X represents marks obtained by 180, calculate number of students who mark less than 33, right? So you find the probability of mark less than 33 lah. Okay, I know the question never asked for probability. They asked for number, right? But it's okay. Because later, after you get your probability, you can use this formula. PA equals to NA over NS. Okay, you learn this formula in like Form 2, Form 3, you learn already. Like this is the basic formula for probability. When you find probability of something, you will just take the number of that thing divide with the total. For example, if I want probability of girl, then you just take number of girl divide total. If you want probability of boy, then number of boy divide total. If you want probability of red color, then you take number of red color divide total. So what we do is we find our probability of mark less than 33 first, then later I can sub inside here, right? And then for the total, it will be 180 lah. So now then we can find number of student who's marked less than 33 here, right? It means later I have to times lah. Later my answer here I have to times with 180. So now you understand, huh? Okay, now let's get this probability first. But since this is a normal distribution, you need the jadwal. And when you need jadwal, you need to convert to Z value, right? Because the table is called Z value table. So you have to convert to Z. So the method is take the X33 minus mean divide standard deviation. Mean standard deviation is given 45 and 8. So minus 45 divide by 8. Okay, you get negative something, right? So let's press calculator and see negative how many. Okay, my answer here is negative 1.5. And remember that smaller negative memang boleh tukar jadi bigger positive. I already teach you just now here. I mentioned it here just now. Okay, smaller negative can change to bigger positive because it's symmetrical. Okay, now we can refer my Z value table, but you have to baca luar lah because your Z value you have. So you just find 1.5 and then straight away this one cari kosong lah, and then this one is straight away the answer already. Okay, but not the final answer lah. Okay, let's look at Z value table first. So 1.50. So what's the answer here? 1.50. So this one, 0.0668. That is the probability. 0.0668. So that is the probability. But I told you already, this is not the final answer because they want to find number of student. This is the probability of student less than 33 marks. I want number of students less than 3 marks. So you have to use this formula, this special formula, PA equals to NA over NS. And in this case, the A represents mark less than 33. The A is for mark less than 33. So what is the probability of mark less than 33? 0.0668. And this one is the number of students whose marks less than 33. And then NS is the total 180. So now you can find your NA. NA represents the number of students marked less than 33 lah. And then you just press calculator 0.0668 times 180. Okay, finally my calculator give me the answer 12.024, right? 12.024. But number of student cannot have decimal because it's like bilangan, right? So I will just write 12. Okay, it means got 12 student less than 33 marks. All right, takkan lah you tulis 13, right? How can you write 13? Like 12.024, the extra 0.024, we don't count it as one full person, right? So it's like only 12 students lah. So I'll just write 12 students here, right? 12 students. Because the soalan asks for number of students marks less than 33. So how many? 12 students. Okay? Okay, hope you understand. Alright, finally we are at bahagian C. Bahagian C mengandungi 4 soalan, jawab 2 soalan. Okay, I will jawab 3 soalan. Okay, I will jawab 3 soalan. Okay, so the 4 question here is solution of triangle, index number, apa lagi? Linear programming, and one more is like kinematics. But I will not jawab the kinematic, I will jawab these 3. Okay, but in exam you only jawab 2. Okay, so let's skip the Malay one. I'll read the English one. Okay, this one is linear programming. Confirm. Because I see like using scale, yeah, confirm linear programming. So I have to use graph paper lah. Okay, a factory wants to hire new employees for the position of supervisor and operator. Okay. Money amounting to 32,000 has been allocated for the monthly salary payment of employees. Okay, this one I will skip first. Because what I'm trying to, when we do linear programming, we need to know what the XY represents. Okay, we need to know what the XY represents first. So now, all this information, for now, I will skip first. The salary of supervisor, operator, 600, 400 per month, respectively. This one, biarkan dulu. The number of operator must exceed number of, this one also biarkan. Because you can't write your inequality if you don't know what your XY represents. So this one biarkan dulu. And then the number of supervisors should be at least 10% of number. Okay, this one also biarkan. Given that X represents number of supervisor, Y represents number. Okay, ini penting. Because they are telling you what the XY represents now. So what you should do now is, you should write down who's X, who's Y. So I don't have space. What should I do? Okay, I'll do it up here. So now we know what the XY represents. Okay, let me erase this. Okay, so we have X with represents number of supervisor. So I'll just write supervisor. And then the other one is operator. Operator. So supervisor, we have X. Operator, we have Y. And the XY represents number. So bilangan lah. Bilangan. Okay, and now we can read again the whole question. And the question A asks us to write 3 inequality, right? Other than X positive, Y positive, satisfied. Okay, boleh. So the 3 inequality should be inside this paragraph. So let's read again this time. But this time, it will be easier already because you already know what your XY represents. Okay, so let's go. A factory wants to hire new employees for position of supervisor, operator. Okay, boleh. Money amounting to 32,000 has been allocated for the monthly salary payment of employees. That means later this 32,000 have to be smaller or equals because you only allocate 32,000 for salary. It means cannot more than this, right? If more than this, then not enough. Not enough. Okay. Yeah, not enough money to give the salary. Okay, now they say the salary of supervisor is 600 ringgit. Okay, for one salary, I mean one supervisor, the salary is 600. So if you have X person or X amount of supervisor, then the total salary is 600X. And then this one Y will be one operator 400 ringgit, but there's Y number of operator, so 400Y. And this one I write RM here because it's salary, right? And we can already write our first inequality, 600X plus 400Y cannot more than 32,000. It means like smaller or sama dengan. It means like smaller or equals lah. Okay, if your inequality can kecilkan, I will always tell my student to kecilkan. All these numbers can divide 200. So divide 200 is 3, divide 200 is 2. What is 32,000 divide 200? You can use your calculator. Okay, my calculator give me 160. Okay, so yeah, this is your first inequality. Okay, I need to write 2 more. I need to write two more inequalities. So let's keep reading. Okay, this one sudah baca. Okay, this one. The number of operator, which is y, right? Yeah, because I write down already y represents number of operator. So let's just write y must must exceed the number of supervisor by 10 or more. That means the y minus 10 must be bigger or sama dengan 10 lah, right? Do you understand? Because it's saying that the operator must exceed the number of supervisor by 10 or more. It means if you take y minus x, the difference must be 10 or more. Because the number of operator must exceed the number of supervisor by 10 or more. So when you find the difference, y minus x, the y must be exceed lah, y must be bigger, and the difference has to be 10 or more. So that's why when you find the difference must be 10 or more. So that's all. Okay, some student will ask, hey sir, what if I write like this, 10 plus x? Can also, it's the same thing. Can also, right? Like up to you. You want to pindah also can, but I will not pindah. I will leave it like this. Okay. All right. We have one inequality, two inequality. Okay, one more. What is it? It's here. Number of supervisor should be at least 10% of the number of operator. Okay, number of supervisor, we use X to represent. So X, at least 10%. So bigger or sama dengan 10% is 10 over 100. All right? Of the number of operator, so Y. So 10 over 100, you can make it into fraction or simplify. So you get 1 over 10Y. Okay, 1 over 10Y. And that's all. Yeah, I already berjaya write down 3 inequalities. Okay, so now we can do our part B. So part B, they say using a scale, blah blah blah. I have to do all this like what is it? Like draw graph lah. Okay, but before we go to the graph paper, we need to find points to draw all these 3 lines first, and I will do it here. So before you go to the graph, what I will do now is find some points, because later when you draw graph, you need to have 2 points to draw the line, right? And if you don't have coordinate, how you supposed to draw? So let's try to find coordinate for this line. Okay, the first line will be 3x plus 2y equals 160. Okay, change the smaller to equal first, because the smaller is for the kawasan. If you want the garisan, you change to equal. And then if the equation other x, other y, you buka bracket. Next one, y minus x equals 10. So other x, other y, bracket. And then last line, x equals 1 over 10y, and then bracket. Okay, I know some students, when some teachers, when they teach using table. They teach them like to draw table like this, put 0. Okay lah, it's the same thing lah. It's the same thing. Okay, it's the same thing. You want to draw table can also. Okay, so all of this, I'll just sub x0, y0, x0, y0, x0, y0. Okay, when you sub x0, this thing 0 times 3 is 0. So y will be 160 divided 2, which is 80. When you sub y0, your x will be 160 divided 3, and I think you get decimal. So if you press, like, your calculator give you 53.33333, and I don't like it because it's very hard to plot 53.33, right? So later I will change this point to another point. Okay, actually you don't like tak semesti kena ambil x0 y0. You can put any point you want, right? So for this case, I will choose another point, but I will not decide now. The one I'll leave it for later. Let's do the next one first. So when x0, y is equals to 10, no problem. When y is 0, x is negative 10. And x and y, when you're doing this chapter, your x and y will always be positive one. So I will ignore this point also. Yeah. I will change this point to another point also later. Because later when you draw your graph, for this chapter, you will always put everything will happen, everything is positive one. Tak pernah ada shaded region negative one, right? And they even mention it in A here. They even mention it, see? Write 3 inequality other than x bigger 0, y bigger 0. That's why everything have to be positive. Because x, y represents bilangan. Bilangan orang mesti positive. So it's okay, later I'll come back to this. For now, just leave it. Okay, let's do the next one. Ganti x0. If I ganti x0, my y will be 0. If I ganti y0, my x0 also. So later this one also have to replace with another point, right? Okay, so now we already find our points. Okay, I know these 3 points, I still haven't find it, but it's okay. We worry about that later. Now we can go to the graph already. So let's look at the scale. 2 cm to 5 on x, 2 cm to 10 on y. Construct and shade the region R that satisfy all the above constraints. So let's go to graph paper. Okay, so I need a graph paper. Okay, here's a graph paper. 2 cm to 5, right? So let's do it. So 2 cm to 5. So I always tell my student, when we are doing linear programming, use 8 kotak here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Use 8 kotak for x-axis And then for y-axis, use 10 kotak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Ngam ngam lah. Okay. Alright. So later your y will be like this lah. Okay, now it's time to write down all the values. They say 2 cm to 5 here. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And then they say 2 cm to 10, right? So let's follow the scale they gave us. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay. Only in this chapter you can apa? Because in this chapter everything is positive one. That's why you can straight away, no need to look at the value. You don't have to look at the coordinate. Like everything confirm positive one. So that's why you can straight away draw your axis like this. Okay, so now you can draw the line. So this is your y-axis, and then this is your x-axis. Okay, now we can go to the point, and then we can start drawing the line. Okay, so okay, let's go to the working just now. Okay, where is it? Where is it? Okay, here, right? Okay, the first point is 0, 80. So let's plot where is 0, 80. So 0, 80 is very simple, is here. Okay, and this line have to join with the other point, but the other point just now I decide to erase because I end up with a like 53.33333 and it's very hard to plot. So that's why I want to change to another point. Okay, let me show you how to get the other point now. So 3x plus 2y equals 160, right? You try to make the x single or the y single. Anything you can jadikan x single or y single. So let's try to make the x single, for example. So if I make the x single, it become 160 plus 2y become minus 2y over 3. And then now you just have to think about what y value you want to put here. And there's so many y value you can choose. Because if you go to your axis, so you can see all your y value is like 100, 90, 80, 70, 60. Any value you want to put, you can put. Okay? Any value. You can try with any value. So let's say I try with, okay, since I already used 0, 80, let's try with 10, 10, 20, 30, right? Like anything, you can put anything. So let's try with like 10 here. So what happens if you try with 10 here? 160 minus 20 is 140 divided 3. Not good, because 140 divided 3, 140 cannot divide 3, so you will get decimal. So don't try with that. Let's try with 20 maybe. 160 minus 2 times 20, 40. This is good lah, because 160 minus 40, you press calculator, and then divide 3, you get 40. That means when you substitute y20, your x gives, where x is 40. So this is good. So now you have your point already, 40, 20. And that's all. That's all. So now you can plot, right? Okay. What if you try with 30? 30 times 2, 60. So 160 minus 60, 100, 100 divided 3. Okay, not good lah, because 100 cannot divide 3, right? But my point is, like, you can do any point, you can letak any point you want. Just as long as you can plot the point, you can just make sure you can plot the point, right? If you can plot the point nicely, then yeah, you can, then it's fine. Okay, so let me erase this. 160 minus 40, 120. Yeah, betul lah. Okay, so 40, 20 is the point. 40, 20 is the point. So I will go here and plot 40, 20 and then join the line. Okay, but don't forget to use solid line. Okay, because if you got take mathematics, in mathematics you also, there's a chapter, form 4 chapter 6 is called linear inequalities. That the in the one mathematics sometimes you will use dotted line one, right? But in Addmaths you will always get solid line, because in Addmaths you will always have the line dekat bawah sini. Kalau dia tak ada line bawah, you have to use the dotted line, dash line, ataupun dash line. Okay, but in Addmaths 99% of the time you will get the, you will use the solid line. Okay, 3x plus 2y 160. Remember to write the equation. Always write the equation. Okay, always. Okay, next line. Let's go. Next line is what is it? 0, 10. Okay, let's plot first. Okay, 0, 10 is here, but you have to join with another point. But the other point I erased just now is because why? It's because I get negative, right? That's why I end up erasing. But it's okay. I can find another point. So use the same technique I teach you. How I teach you to find the point just now. Look at the equation and jadikan y single or x single dulu, right? Okay, this time let's make the y single, right? So you pindah the minus x become 10 plus x. And for the x value, you can sub any x you want. There's so many to choose. Just like, let's just look at your x-axis. So many you can choose. So many. Okay, let's just take 40. Let's just take 40. Let's just take 40. See what happens. So 40, if you sub x 40, what happens? If you sub x 40, your y will get 50. Then you can plot lah. X 40, Y 50. Yeah, you can plot this 40, 50. Yeah, so it's fine. 40, 50 is like, it's not a difficult point to plot. So 40, 50, 40 is here, 50 is here. Yeah, so this is the point. And then you join with this one, right? But use ruler, use ruler. So let me draw nicely, like this, like this. Okay, don't forget to write the equation. And what's the equation? Y minus 10 equals x, right? Y minus 10 equals x. Yeah. Now, y minus, oh, silap. Y minus x equals 10. Y minus x equals 10. Okay, now for my last line, okay, the last garisan. So what is the last garisan? 0, 0. Okay, let's plot first. 0, 0. Where is it? So it's here lah. Okay, I need to find another point at a different location so I can join them. So how to find the other point? Okay, why I erased just now is because the second point also 0, 0. And you cannot plot if you have only like one point, right? Because like 0, 0, 0, 0, they repeat. So if they repeat, it's like how you supposed to draw the line. So you find another point. And what point you have to find? Use the same technique I teach you. Go to the equation, make the x single or y single. But the x is already single. So your mission is just to masukkan any y value here you want. Any y value, any value, any y value. But make sure you get a easy point to plot. So the y value got so many. But I will personally choose 100 because I know 100. Wait, is it good if I choose 100? Okay, I will choose maybe 10. No, no, no. Maybe 40? 40 divide 10. No, no, no. 40 divide 10 will give you 4. Okay, 100. Is it okay if I choose 100? Let's try, let's try. So if I put 100 inside the y, my x will be 10 because 100 divide 10, right? So my point will be 10, 100 or 110? 10, 100 because the x coordinate is 10, the y is 100. So is this, can we plot this point or is it like outside the graph paper? 10, 100. Okay, I think I can plot it, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. 10, 100 is possible. Okay, 10, 100. So here lah. But if if it's outside, if the point is outside the graph paper, then you should change the point to another point lah. Okay. Okay, so this is the point. Okay, now we can draw the line. So just join them, and then you write the equation. Okay. Okay, what's the equation of this line? Y equals 10x. 1 over 10x. Okay. 1 over 10x. Okay. Bukan lah. No, 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 no. No, no. This one is x equals 1 over 10y. Sorry, sorry. X equals 1 over 10y. Okay, so this is the equation of the three lines. Okay, now it's time to shade. Yeah, it's time to do the shading. So when we do the shading, because the soalan says here, right? Construct and shade the region R. So when we do shading, we have to look at the inequality sign, which is the smaller, bigger lah. Okay, but one thing you have to take note here, when you take out the inequality sign, you have to make sure Y positive, and you have to tengok dari Y. You have to tengok from Y. So you have to make sure the Y positive, then baru boleh tengok. So adakah Y positive ini? Yes. So the symbol is smaller. It means later we have to take, the region we take have to take bawah garisan ni. Bawah, below this line. So 3x plus 2y 160, take bawah this line. So let's go to the graph. 3x plus 2y 160, take bawah this line. So it will be 3x plus 2y, take bawah this line, bawah this line, bawah this line. But don't shade first. Don't do the shading first because you haven't checked the other two inequality. There's two more, right? So you have to check the other one also. So same thing, make sure the y is positive. So is the y positive now? Yes. And if it's positive, tengok dari y. So this will be bigger. So if it's bigger, then yeah, you can go to the line. But this time it's this line. But this time it said bigger, right? So bigger means you will take atas garisan ni. So okay, including this small part also possible, right? Okay, and then for the last inequality, Okay, the last inequality, you can see that the y is negative. I mean, okay, the y is positive, but it's at the other side. So you have to take out from here now. So when you take out from here, it's not bigger anymore. It's smaller. Because the y is on the other side. In other words, you have to terbalikkan the 1 over 10y and the x like this. And when you terbalikkan, the symbol also have to terbalik one. Because you can see the arrow have to point to the 1 over 10y. So when you terbalik also, the arrow have to point 1 over 10y. That's why it becomes smaller. Okay, it's not bigger, it is smaller, right? So that's why we will end up taking the bawah punya part. So we have to take this garisan punya bawah. The region will be below this line. Bawah garisan ni. So bawah garisan x 1 over 10y. So bawah, right? So bawah, bawah, bawah. So it's very clear already which is the answer, which is the shaded region. This one lah. Because this is the overlap, the overlapping region, the overlap region for the three inequalities, right? The kawasan yang tiga-tiga overlap dekat sini, right? This one cannot because this one only two overlap. You need to satisfy all three. So later I will erase all this arrow. So I will erase all this arrow, and then I will start to shade this region. But make sure you erase nicely, Okay, so now we will. Oh, this one also have to erase. Okay, so now let's do the shading. So it will look like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. And they got say right shaded region R, right? So label R lah. Okay, if you shade using ruler, it will look very nice one. Okay, like kalau you lorek guna pembaris, then dia nampak kemas. Okay, alright. So that's the answer. Sudah siap part B. So let's go to the question. Part B done already, 3 marks. Okay, now for part C. Okay, part C, using the graph constructed in B, find the maximum number of employees. Employees is X or Y? I forgot it. Oh, they never, okay. No. So let's read first. Maximum number of employees that can be hired by factory if the number of supervisor. Okay, supervisor is X or Y? So Y, right? X, supervisor is X. So X is 10% of the number of operator. What's the meaning? Okay, meaning is, so my C1, it means my X, okay, number of supervisor is X, is 10%. So 1 over 10 of the number of operator Y like this. Okay. And then they want to find maximum number of employee. It means they want to find the X maximum and the Y maximum. Okay, find both. Because they never said maximum number, they never said maximum supervisor or operator. They just say employee. It means both lah. You have to find both. But how to find the maximum for both? Very easy. You will look at this line. But do you realize this line is same with the line yang you tulis atas sini? X equals 1 to 10. It's the exact same line, right? So you don't have to draw any lines. You don't have to find points already. You already did it. So you just go to the graph and just look at that line, right? So let me highlight the line for you. So this is the line, X equals 1 over 10y. But since they want maximum, so you will refer this line and tell me which point on this line will give you the maximum maximum coordinate, like the maximum X coordinate and Y coordinate. Of course, it will be this point. Of course, confirm, right? You know why, right? Because you have to refer the shaded region, right? So this line you draw from here to here. So this is the first contact point with the shaded region, and this is the last contact point. So if they ask for minimum, you take this for your answer, but they ask for maximum. So this one is the maximum, okay, along this line. So we have to butcher this. We have to butcher this coordinate, right? So let's try to read this coordinate. So what is this coordinate? Let me think. So let's besarkan. Okay, so besarkan. Zoom. Okay. All right. So let's read. Okay, what is it? What is down here? 5. So 5. So if this is 5, then this is 6. This is 7. So I think it's 7. Wait. Uh, wait. 5. Okay, 7. 7, and then this one is like 70, right? Okay, wait. Let me like erase the dot. I want to make sure I read accurate. Okay, it's a bit like in the middle like that. So how? Okay, let's think about this. Okay, I think I can use this method. I take this equation and this equation do simultaneous. Because if you look carefully, this point is actually the intersection of this one and this one, right? So if I do simultaneous, then I will be able to know the intersection point here. Okay, then I can, because in this chapter, linear programming, your answer have to be accurate. It cannot it cannot be like linear law. Like linear law, you can like, lebih kurang sama, then betul already. They will accept your answer even if it's not accurate. But for this linear programming, it has to be accurate. So if I am you, I will just do simultaneous so that I know the exact answer. So x equals 1 over 10y, right? So straight away sub inside this. 3x plus 2y equals 160. Okay, the reason I'm doing this is because I want to get the intersection point. So this one 1 over 10y. So you get 3 over 10y plus 2y equals 160. And this one is 23 over 10y equals 160. Right? And then y equals to 1600 divide 23. Because when you times 10, so let's press calculator. 1600 divide 23. Okay, my calculator give me 69.57. That's the y coordinate. Okay, 57. And then the x coordinate is just this. The x coordinate is just y divide 10, which is 6.957. So your intersection point is this 957, 69.57, right? But obviously the xy represents bilangan orang. So takkanlah you nak ambil ni. So I think you have to take uh instead of taking 6.957, I think you have to take, okay, you have to make sure it's inside the shaded region also, right? So what I will do is I will take uh uh s- what if I take 69? What if I take 69? Then it's here, right? But if I take 69, then it would be this point. So it would be 6 is here, right? And then 7, but this one is 7.5. So it's not possible to have 7.5 bilangan orang, right? So it would be either okay, I cannot take this because decimal, decimal. So what are the points that is near to this point? So we have this point, we have this point, but this point I cannot take because this one is 7.5. Yeah, because it's like 5 and then 6, 7. Yeah, it's 7.5. 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So I will not take this. Okay. So maybe I can take this one. But if I take this one, then it will be uh so 5, this one will be 7. 7. And then this will be 69. Yeah, 769. So I think this is the maximum you can take already. Yeah, it's the maximum already. Okay. If you naik satu cannot, it's because it's like it's outside the shaded region. You have to make sure the answer you take has to be within, or it's like it satisfy the shaded region. Right? It has to be satisfied. And since this is a solid line, you can take the point on the line, you can take also. Okay. So I think this is the maximum lah. Right? You cannot take bawah satu. Okay, bawah satu it will be 768. But that's not the maximum. The maximum you have to take paling besar punya nilai. So I think it's this one, 769, right? So remember, whenever you jumpa case yang macam ni, yang dia punya point is like susah baca, you dapat decimal, you choose the point near to the point, and make sure tak ada decimal, and make sure you choose yang paling atas and kanan. Paling atas and kanan, but no decimal. That's why I never choose this one. Because it's like 7.5. How you 7.5 tak boleh lah. Okay, so I will just take this as my answer and then go to the working here and write x maximum will be 7 and then y maximum will be 69. So what the question asks, maximum number of employees. So what is the maximum number of employees? It will be 7 plus 69, which is 76 employees. Okay, 7 plus 69. So yeah, so this is how I would do it. Okay, let's continue with question number 2. Number 2 says the maximum amount of overtime allowance per hour paid by factory will be paid for 8 ringgit per hour for operator, 16 for supervisor. And then they want to find maximum amount of overtime lah. Okay, let's find the total first. The total what allowance? Overtime allowance. Total overtime allowance. Okay, so it will be Uh, 16 ringgit for supervisor, but which one is X? Supervisor is X, right? So it will be 16X plus 8Y. And then the method we do this, the next step is to find the LCM, ataupun the lowest common multiple. Okay, what is the lowest common multiple of 8, 16? 16. 16 is the lower common multiple. And then you find 2 points. And this one later you have to do the sliding one. Yeah, I call this the slide question because you have to slide in your graph later. Okay, but for now, let's find the x0, y0. So x0 ganti, your y will be 16 divided 8, which is 2. Your y0 will be 16 divided 6, which is 1, right? But later it's very hard to plot this 0, 2, 1, 0. Yeah, it's very hard because the scala is like sangat besar. So how can we fix this? We can put a 0 here. When you put 0, this becomes 20, this becomes 10. Okay? Yeah, you can do that. You can put any number you want here. Okay, just make sure it's like a point. You get a point that is easy to plot. Okay, okay, 0, 20, 10, 0. So yeah, you can draw this easily. 0, 20 is here, 10, 0 is here. Okay, now you have to draw this using dotted line. Okay, or dash line. Okay, so draw like this. Okay, and you have to use a dash line. So dash line looks like this. Dash, dash, dash. Garisan yang putus-putus. Garisan putus-putus. So garisan putus-putus like this. And then you will write the equation. Okay, so let me erase off this. Okay, so now you write the equation. What's the equation just now? 16x plus 8y equals 160. 16x plus 8y equals 160. Okay, now it's time to slide. Yeah, we have to do the sliding. Okay, the soalan got mentioned maximum or minimum? Maximum. So remember this. The answer will always be at the corner. The answer will always be at the vertices. Okay, jawapan dia mesti sentiasa berada di bucu. What do I mean by that? The bucu of the shaded region. You can see this shaded region is a triangle, right? So the answer will always be at the bucu, at the vertex. Okay, at the vertex. But which vertex? Okay, you will slide until the last vertex. You will slide until the last vertex. Okay, that means you will put a pembaris pendek here, and then you will put a pembaris panjang here. You need two pembaris, and then you will slide. But make sure this one is like sticking, like, because you want it to be parallel all the way. That is why you have to use two ruler so that you can maintain the gradient, like you, so that you make sure this line is always parallel when you slide up, slide slide up. Okay, so if you slide like this, this ruler cannot move. This ruler have to stay here. But this ruler you can move. And when you slide until here, you will realize that this ruler already reached this corner. But this is not the answer because I want maximum. So you have to keep sliding until you reach here. So then you know already this is the answer we want. This is the maximum. Yeah, the maximum coordinate. Okay. So now I will erase all this. So now it's time to write down this answer. Okay, this answer, is it like, can we read this easily or no? Okay, 25, 30. So if I minus 2 is 29, minus 2 is 28. So I think it's exactly at 28, right? And then what about the y coordinate? It will be 40, 39, 30, wait, 40, 39, 38. So it's 38, right? So let's read again. 30, 28, 26, 27, 28, and then 38, right? So yeah, that's the coordinate. Okay, if you're not confident, you can do simultaneous. You can use the simultaneous to find out this point. You just do this and this, do simultaneous. And I will do it actually. Because this question, it has to be exactly same with the schema one. Biar sikit-sikit tak sama pun tak boleh. So let's try. Y minus x equals 10. It means y equals 10 plus x. So you substitute inside the other equation. 3x plus 2y equals 160. Okay, because you want to get the intersection. So now you find x. What is 3x plus? Okay, this one is 2x, right? Okay, this one is 20 plus x. And then here 3x plus equals 160. This one is 4x. 160 minus 20 is 140. So x will be 140 divided 4. Wait, no, this one is 2x. Silap. So silap already, this one wrong already. So it should be 3x equals to 140. Eh, betul lah. This one is 5x. 5x. 3 plus 2 is 5, right? And then 160, okay, so 140 divide 5. Okay, my calculator give me 28, which is like exactly what I write here. And then if I sub inside here, it will be 10 plus 28, which is 38. So that means my answer is exactly the very accurate. But of course, this one you don't show the working to, you don't have to, this one don't show to the, you don't have to show it during the exam, this working. Okay, this one you just check sendiri saja. You just buat sendiri to check whether your answer is like accurate or not. Like you just like try to check your answer yourself lah. But you don't have to show that working to them. This one also no need to show actually. Yeah, this one is like you just do it to check your answer. Okay. Okay, so this is the correct answer already. 28, 38 is accurate. So 28, 38, that means now you can find your maximum allowance. So maximum allowance formula is 16x plus 8y. And your x coordinate is 28, your y is 38. So now you can get your answer, and your answer will be in RM. Huh? So let's masuk dalam calculator. So my calculator give me 752, right? Okay, so that's the answer. Okay, I'm looking at the schema jawapan, and the schema actually put 28, 37, right? So I think the schema salah, because I try using the simultaneous near method already. I try using simultaneous equation to find the intersection point. I also get 28, 38. So I think the schema salah lah. Okay, yeah, I think the schema, because sometimes the schema also they will make mistake one. Okay, so I will stick to my answer, and yeah, this is how I will do it. Okay, okay, hope you understand. All right, let's keep going. Number 13 is a solution of triangle, right? Okay, let's read a triangle ABC with an area 28. Okay, so later can use area formula lah. Area formula for solution of triangle, what's the formula? 1 over 2 AB sine C. AB is 2 of the side, and then C is the included angle. Included angle means the angle in between. Okay, now they say given that AB is 9 cm, okay, angle ABC 34, BAC is the largest angle. Sketch the triangle ABC. Okay, how do we draw this triangle? First off, they mention about angle, and then they mention about side, they mention about area. BAC is the largest angle. Okay, so okay, let's draw the angle first, ABC. So I will use a ruler. So let's draw it like this. So 34 degree. Okay, this is a sketch question. So you don't have to use the jangka sudut, like you don't have to use the what? The protector to measure 34. No need, no need, no need. If it's a sketch, it's like lebih kurang saja. So 34, we can say like 34. This is like lebih kurang 34, right? Okay, so make this 34, and this will be B. But for the AC, you have to be careful because they got say the AB has to be 9 cm, right? And then BAC has to be the largest angle. So let's make the A atas here. All right, let's make the A atas here. And then label 9 cm. Label 9 cm. And then they said BAC is the largest angle. So the way we draw it, if I draw it like this, will A be the largest angle? Yeah. Yes. I can even make it like smaller also, it still be the largest angle. Yeah. So I will actually make it like this, right? Okay, so now it's done already. So this is your C. So AB is 9 cm, okay. ABC is 34, yeah. Makes sense, logic. BAC is largest angle. So is this angle bigger than this? Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I think I'm done, right? Okay, what about the area 28? Okay, I think that one no use. For now, tak ada guna. Maybe later B baru guna. Okay, so A is only worth 1 mark, done already. Now let's do B. B1, they said that find the length of BC. Yeah, this one use the area lah. Use the area lah. Use the area to do. So 1 over 2 AB sine C equals to 28. And then the AB, you use these two sides. Because you're trying to find BC, right? So you use 9 and BC lah. And then the included angle you have already 34. So now you can find BC. So BC times something equals 28. And then this one you just press 9 times sine 34 divide 2. So press calculator. Okay, my calculator give me 2.516. So put it here lah. Now I can get my BC, but I will use the answer button. 28 divide answer. If you use the answer button, it will be more accurate. Okay, 11.12. Okay, just write in 4 cm figure. So 11.13 cm. Okay, and that's all. Done. Okay, second question, find the length of AC. Okay, let's label the BC first because you have already. So how to find the length of AC? Well, you can use cosine rule because yeah, this is the perfect case for cosine rule. The way I teach my student is I just tell them to hafal. I just tell them to memorize the case for cosine rule. There's only two scenario. Dia ada dua scenario saja yang you guna cosine rule. First scenario is when they give you two sides and one included angle and ask you to find this. The other case for cosine rule is when they give you three sides and ask you to find any angle inside the triangle. So if you hafal, it becomes very easy. Only dia ada dua case saja dalam dunia ni. In like all the question only these two condition you can use the cosine rule. First condition is they give you two side, one included angle, and ask you to find the remaining side. The other condition is ask you to give you all three side and then ask you to find any angle inside. So this condition is belongs to this one, right? You have two sides and one included angle, and you're trying to find the remaining side. So you use cosine rule lah. The cosine rule formula is a square equals b square plus c square minus 2bc cos a. But you need to make sure you write the A correctly. The B and C, if you terbalik tulis tak apa. That one you silap tulis pun tak apa. That one because this one tak penting pun. Yang penting is the A cannot silap. Because if the A you silap, if the A you put in the wrong value, then the whole thing wrong already. Okay, the way I teach my student is like if you want to know which one is the A, which side is the A, you tengok siapa depan angle. You look at the opposite angle. So if the angle is here, then this is your A. But if like for example, this one is the angle you want to find, then this one is your A. So can you tell me for this case which one is my A? AC lah, because my angle is here. So the one opposite angle, that is the A. That is the small a. So your AC will be your A. So if you follow these tips, if you follow the tips I give you will never put in the wrong value. Okay. So A, this is your A, equals to B and C. Okay, the B and C will be the remaining two lah. 9 square plus 11.13 square minus 2 bracket 9 bracket 11.13 cos A, that's the angle lah, cos 34. And then now you get AC square hantar jadi square root, and I can tekan all these things in my calculator. So let's tekan 81 plus 11.3 square minus 2 bracket 9 and then bracket 11.13 close bracket and then cos 34. Okay, I'm done. My calculator give me 42.60. Okay, dia bagi banyak decimal place lah, tapi I just write 4 significant figure and I will use the answer button. I will press square root answer. So let me press now. Okay, my calculator give me 6.527. Okay, so that's the answer. Okay, wait, why is it not same with the schema? 9 square plus 11.13 square minus 2. This one is 9, right? This is 9. Okay, let me press one more time because maybe I silap. Okay, let me press again. 11.13 square minus 2 times 9 times 11.13 times cos 34. Okay, I think I silap tekan. Yeah, I silap tekan. This is not 42.6. This one, because I tekan again, I get different. I get 38.79. Actually, it's 787. So I round off 79. And then square root answer, 6.228. Okay, ini baru jawapan betul. Yeah, I see that just now. CM. No square, just CM. Okay, so this is AC. Okay, done. Question number 2. Now question number 3. Number 3 says what? Find angle ACB. Yeah, this one use sine rule lah. Sine rule lah, because the AC you have already 6.28. So when you try to find angle and you have the opposite and you have one complete pair, you can use sine rule. Okay. So when will we use sine rule? When you have the opposite of what you want to find and you have one complete pair. That's when you use sine rule. So since you are finding angle, so your sine have to write atas. So sine ACB over the opposite 9 equals to the complete pair sine 34 over 6.28. Okay. If sini you want to write angle atas, then here also have to write angle atas. Okay, now you can find sine ACB. Okay, so it will be, okay, I need space. So let me make space. Atas lagi. Okay, so it will be like this. Sine ACB equals to, okay, this one is 0 point something. So I have to press sine 34 divide 6.228 times 9. Sine 34 divide 6.228 times 9. Okay, my calculator give me 0.8081. right? In 4 cm figure, A0, A1. Okay, now I can find ACB. I just tekan shift sign. Okay, shift sign answer. The answer give me 53 degree, 55 minute. Okay, 53 degree, 55 minute. Okay, I always tell my student to write in degree minute. But if you want to write in decimal, can also. It will be 53.91 lah. Okay, wait, let me tekan one more time. Wait. Wait, sine 34 divide 6.228. Sorry, sine 34 divide 6.228 times 9. Shift sign. Yeah, you will get 53.91. Okay. Okay, but I usually write in degree minute. So that's the answer. Oh, one thing I want to mention, very, very important. So you listen carefully. When you tekan shift sign, actually got two answer. Okay, the truth is when you tekan shift sign, there will be two answer. One answer in first quadrant, one answer in second quadrant. Because when you tekan, if your sign bernilai positive, there will be always two answer. One in first quadrant, one in second quadrant. How to get the second quadrant answer? You have to take 180 minus, 180 minus, right? But for this question, ACB will definitely be a quadrant one because you can use your eyes. You can take out already. It's definitely quadrant one. So that's why I will not take 180 minus. Okay, but there are times where your angle, where your triangle where the angle is like more than 90, right? Then it means it's quadrant two. Then that means you have to take 180 minus. Uh, because when you shift sign, actually got two answer. Okay, but it's just that for this question, you don't have to do that because angle ACB is quadrant one. So even if I take 180 minus, I will cut off the answer also. I will reject the answer also. That's why I never do it. Okay, but you have to check in the exam, because sometimes the angle is an obtuse angle, and if it's an obtuse angle, that means it's quadrant two. Then you have to take the other answer. Okay, just remember when you tekan shift sign, sebenarnya ada dua jawapan, right? And which answer you take depends on whether your angle is acute angle or obtuse angle lah. And you have to tengok the soalan lah. It depends on the soalan. And for this soalan, the angle ACB memang acute angle. So that's why this is the answer. But make sure you check in the exam. Right? A lot of students will forget to check this. Okay, C. Point C prime lies on line BC where AC prime AC calculate the area of ABC prime. Okay, I think this is the ambiguous case. Yeah. So the soalan never ask. Usually ambiguous case they will ask us to sketch, but they never ask to sketch. But I will sketch. All right. Okay, let me draw this triangle again. Okay. Okay. So this side is longer, this side is shorter. Correct? Because this side is the biggest angle, right? And then this one is 9, right? And then this one is A, this one is B, this one is C, and I remember this one is 34. I think this one is 11.136.228. 136.228. Okay, and I also have this angle, which is 53 degree, 55 minute. Okay, let's draw the sketch for the ambiguous case. The soalan never asked us to sketch, they asked to find area, but I want to sketch. Okay, how to sketch? Let's look at the condition. C prime lies on BC. So obviously this C have to move along this line because the means the C changed to a new location, but it's somewhere here. But then they say the AC panjang have to maintain. So what we can do is make this the radius. Make this the radius of circle, and then A will be the center, and then you gerak like this, like in a circle, right? And you can see if you gerak, the C prime will be here lah. So I will erase the 11.13. So that means this is your C prime lah. Because when you move down, then your point C will not lie on the line BC. If you want to lie on line BC, you have to move until so that it reach here. Okay, that's why it's like a radius of circle lah, right? So now you know your C prime is here. And if you join a line from here to here, this line will be 6.228 also. And this angle also same with this, 53 degree, 55 minute. Because this is an isosceles triangle, right? So now they say calculate area of ABC prime, which is this area, right? So how to do that? 1/2 AB sin C formula, but the whole line here is 11.13 just now, right? So I need two side. So do I have two side? I have 9, 6.28. This side I don't have. So can I find this angle? Yes or no? Yes, actually. Yeah, because we already have do you remember this angle? I find it just now, 53 degree, 55 minute, right? So I can actually find the angle atas here by taking 180 minus minus, right? So let's find angle CAB first. Angle CAB, it means like the besar punya. So let's try finding angle CAB. I will take 180 minus 34 minus 53 degree, 55 minute. Okay, I'm trying to find this whole angle here. Okay, so that later I can minus this to get the angle here. Okay, 180 minus 34 minus 53 degree, 55 minute. Okay, so 92 degree, 5 minute. And then now you know the whole thing, right? But I can also find the small angle here. This small angle here is 180 minus 53 degree, 55 minute minus 53 degree, 55 minute. Yeah, because I told you these two angles same already. So 180 minus 53 degree, 55 minute minus again. Means you minus 2 times. Okay, after you minus 53 degree, 55 minute 2 times, you get 72 degree, 10 minute. But this is not the answer. This is not the answer. This is just the angle from here to here. Now you will take the whole angle, 92 degree from 5 minute minus this, so that you can get this small angle here. And after you get this small angle, you can find the area because you have two sides and the included angle. Okay, because when you find area, you can either do a side included angle, right? Okay, so how you do it is like, let's write down angle BAC prime. BAC prime, which is like this small angle right here. You will get it by taking 92 degree 5 minute minus 72 degree 10 minute. So you press this, 92 degree 5 minute minus answer. Okay, I get 19 degree 55 minute. Okay, now you have this angle. Now you can find area. So area of triangle ABC prime, which is this triangle, you will take 1 over 2 AB sine C formula. The A is 9, and then the other side is 6.228. And then sine angle, and the angle is this one, 19 degree, 55 minute. Okay, actually, there's another method to do this question. You can also find this panjang. Can also, because if you get this panjang, you can also find the area, right? 1 over 2 AB, and then sine 34, right? But I never do it. I never do it like that lah. But can also, can also. You get the same answer. Okay, let's press this and see what the calculator give me. So 9 times 6.228 times sine 19 degree, 55 minute. Wait, 55 minute, and then answer divide 2. Okay, I get it already. 9.547. So this is the area, so cm square. Okay, let me double confirm, let me double check. 92 degree 5 minute minus 72 degree 10 minute. So 19.9, 19 degree 55 minute, 19.2. Okay, 19.2. So sine 19.9, 19.92 times 6.228 times 9 divided to 9.5. Yeah, correct. Okay. All right. If your answer here is like 9.549, it's fine also. It's okay. If this answer is like ada sikit-sikit tak sama, it's okay. Okay. Because some student they will use degree minute, some student they will use decimal, some student they use the answer button, some don't use the answer button. So it's normal to have a little bit difference here. Okay. All right. So this is the final answer. Hope you understand. Okay. Sudah siap. All right. Let's continue with number 14. What is this? I think this is index number, and I think this is the last question. Yeah, because I won't do 15. 15 is kinematics. Yeah, I won't do it. Okay. So yeah, let's finish this. Let's go. 14. Table 2 shows a statistic of road accident that occurred throughout the years 2021 and 2022 according to different types of vehicle. Motorcycle, car, bus, truck. Number of accident. So this one, all the number of accident. Okay, the PQR tak ada bagi. So I think we can assume mesti dia suruh cari one, the PQR. Okay, let's see what the A says. Given the index, okay, the index of the number of accident case involving motorcycle. So later I have to focus on motorcycle. In 2022, based on 2021 is 125. Find the value of P. Okay, very easy. You can just use the index formula. So for A, the index formula is you will take the P1 over P0 times 100. Okay, And in this case, the P1 will be the P in 2022. Okay, because you always put the latest year atas, and then the older year you put bawah. So the bawah one will be 21, right? And since this 125 is the index for motorcycle, then you will also take the number of motorcycle in 2022, which is P, and then this one is like 5820, and then times 100 lah. Okay, now you can find your P, you just pindah. 125 divide 100, 1.25, and then times 5820. Okay, 7275. Okay, this one no need to write RM or anything because this one is number of accident. So takkan nak tulis RM, right? Okay, so this one is like just a quantity, so tak ada unit. Okay, so that's it. What about B? B, I will do it up here. Okay, let's see. The index of number of accident involving bus. So later focus on bus is 2022 based on 2021 is 140. So the I for bus 2022, 2021 is 140. And then if the number of accident involving bus in 2020, 2022 is 200 more than the number in 2021. Oh, it means my R is equals to Q plus 200. Okay, is it correct if I write like this? 2022 is 200 more than 2021. 2022. So R is more than Q, right? So R equals to Q plus 200, right? And then calculate the value of Q and R. Okay, I think by using these two information, we can find the Q and R. Yeah, but first we need to use the formula. P1 or P0 times 100 equals to 140. And then yang atas kena masuk R lah, because that's the number in 2022. And then this one masuk Q. Okay, and then we will do simultaneous later. So since the R is Q plus 200, okay, I think I'll write here R equals Q plus 200, right? So I think I can erase this and then continue by taking R masuk Q plus 200 lah, just sub inside like this. And then over Q times 100. Okay, no need straight away pindah, just do fast. 140 divided 100, 1.4. And then Q plus 200 equals to 1.4 times Q. And then 1.4 minus 1, which is 0.4 Q equals 200. And now you can get your Q. 200 divided 0.4. So my calculator give me 500. But the Q is the number of accident in 2021. Is that what they asked us to find? They want to find Q and R. So not done yet. I still have to find R. And it's very easy just because I sub into this equation, right? So R is equals to Q plus 200. So 500 plus 200, which is 700. So this one is R is 700. Okay. Okay. So that's how I would do it. Okay. So that's siap. A, B. Let's continue. Okay. Let's do C pula. Okay. C, they say calculate the average accident index for all four types. So composite index composite index yeah, because they want to find average for all four types, right? So it means like you take the composite index of vehicles in 2023 okay, I see. 2023 based on 2021. So later I have to find 23 over 21. Okay, so this is the final answer. If the number of accident case for each type of vehicle is expected to increase by 10% from 2022 to 2023. Okay, if they said each type of vehicle expected to increase 10% from 2022 to 20, means the composite index for 23 over 22 will be 110 You faham, right? Because it's like all the number of accident case for each type of vehicle is expected to increase 10%. So yeah lah, that means uh that means that means that means all the what bus lorry motorcycle all the index, each index is like 110, 110, 110, 110. And if you find the composite index, you will get 110 also, right? And we are trying to find the composite index for 23, 21, right? Okay, later you will use the smiley face method to do this question. Here you write 21, 22, 23, right? But you realize you don't have enough information. 23, 22 is 110. 23, 21, this one I want to find, right? So you need the composite index for 22, 21, right? Composite index, not the index. So you don't tell me you put like 140. No, no, no. You need the composite index. So I think I need to find the composite index first. So this one I will move it to the side first. I'll move it to the side like this. And I will try to find the composite index for 22, 21 first. Okay, how to find the composite index for 22, 21? The formula is take the I, which is the index, times with the weightage, divide with total weightage. Okay, what will be the index for each one? I have to find it lah. Okay, the motorcycle they give already, right? Just now. Yeah, 22, 21, the motorcycle is 125. So I will just, okay, I'll just open a new column here. I'll just write I for 22, 21. So this one is 125. Okay, this one I can press calculator. It will be 4515 divide 3500 and then times 100. So 129. Okay, 129. And then next one is 140. Yeah, because there's one give already. If you want to tekan again, can also. You'll get same thing. Okay. Okay, the next one is 328 divide 377 times 100. Okay, my calculator give me 87.00. Okay lah, just 87 lah. Because it's like 0.00, right? Okay, so remember to take the number in the new year bahagi the number in the old year, not the other way. Okay, this is all the I, so now we can times with the weightage. Okay, the weightage they never give. Okay, listen here. If the weightage never give means it means the weightage will be same for all the vehicle. It will be the same. So what weightage you want to put? Okay, you can put any number you want. You can even put 25. Okay, but if you put 25, then all number you put 25. Okay, so it's like 25%, 25%, total 100. But then later the total weightage should be 100 lah. Okay, if you want to put 25. What if you want to put 90? Can also. Then make sure the rest also put 90, and then later when you divide total weightage, it will be 360, right? But if you ask me, I will put 1. I'll put 1. I don't put 0 lah. Come on lah, don't put 0. Okay, you can put any number, but don't put 0. If you put 0 later, you times 0, like everything becomes 0 already. Don't put 0. So you put 1. So what this means is like the ratio for every vehicle is same. The ratio is all 1, 1, 1, 1. Because there's no weightage. It means that they have the same ratio lah. So it'll be 125 times 1, like times 1 times 1 times 1. And then the total weightage is 4. Okay. Okay, so let's do it. 125 times 1 plus 129 times 1 plus, okay, what's next one? 140 times 1 plus 87 times 1. And the total weightage will be 4 because 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. Okay, now I press calculator. 125 plus 129 plus 140 plus 87. Okay, 381. Silap. 125 plus 129 plus 140 plus 87. Okay, 481. And then divide 4, 120.25. But this is the composite index. This is the composite index. So what you have to do is you have to put in here, and then the soalan asks for composite index for 23, 21. So the formula for smiley face is to get this one, you will take yang atas, darab atas, bahagi 100. Okay, so this one. So to get the composite index here, 23, 21 is equals to 120.25 times 110 divided 100. And also this smiley face method, you tak semestinya guna for composite index. You can use it for index also. Okay. Okay, this one can tekan lah. So what's the answer? My calculator give me 132.275. Okay, I will just write the whole thing lah. Because dia tak ada banyak decimal place. If it's like many decimal place, then I will write 4 significant figure ataupun 2 decimal place. But if it's just like one more digit, right? Because the answer stop here. Dia tak ada bagi banyak-banyak. Right? So it's not like there's a lot of decimal place. So it's just like, since it's just like this, so it's better to just write the whole thing. Don't round off and just leave it like this. That's the best way to write the answer. Okay, I'm done with this question. So the next question is 15 kinematics. This question I won't do it. Yeah. So that's all. See you next video. Bye bye.